Hello. Ooh. There we go. Camera working now. Hello. And I remember to turn on the sound. There we go. Happy Friday. I hope everybody's having a good Friday and a good week, or it's Friday, right? Yes. This guy's oh, I thought I shut that off. It's detecting my face, but it should have had that off. Give me 1 second here. I want to... Let me shut that up. Let me play with that, because it shouldn't. But I remember... because I don't want to have that popping up the whole time. There we go. On there. Is that it? I think I don't. You know what? I don't think that did it. But we're gonna see. Yes, another evening with me. Hopefully without a box. I don't know what I don't think I actually did anything, but we're gonna go with that being a good thing. So, all right. There we go. So, yeah, I actually did not hit any buttons. It's just, well, I hit one button, but just to I don't know, whatever. Cameras are weird. I just wasn't paying attention. So, well, thank you, Jurassic. Hello, welcome, and thank you very much. Yes, hello, Blair and Alistair. Hello, Crazy. Hello, Elias. I am doing well. How are you doing? On this wonderful Friday. I love this. I don't know why. I made this in like 20 minutes and it's just, he's so happy. But I have to make him angry now. Except for I have to undo a lot of stuff. You know what? No. Or is it already on locked in? No, we're gonna actually keep it. I just want to, I had changed the frame rate and that was the only thing I really want to undo, but I want to keep it because he's dancing. It's fun. But it's Saturday. That's not, well, Saturday is good. Saturday is very good. I'm just gonna reopen it. Well, no, it's that stuff that I do for like stream advertisement. I don't know what you want to call that. Yeah, it's like the stream GIF I've been using for any time I've streamed. I just try to make something in like 10-15 minutes, and usually it's really bad. But this one was pretty fun because I had a rig to work with. But it was fun. But I don't usually save them much. I almost always just toss them, or I don't have a save file for them because they're just, again, they take 10-15 minutes. The Twitter version has a song with it. But so I finished the video yesterday, so this is going to be Toby dance. Time here. Yes, welcome. Yes. So I am going to, or what I thought about doing for today, because I don't have anything started, and I like to have at least something on for the Rathalos account out, like once you're. Oh Jesus, it's creepy. And so I was trying to think of something to do for the Rathalos thing, and I've been wanting to use more Toby stuff, not just because Toby's fun, but because I don't want to, if I keep focusing on Rathalos, I'm going to run out of Rathalos. So, I wanted to do a Toby thing, and I thought a fun Toby short would be to utilize part of the trailer. So they had recently put out on here. Yeah, so actually this is just the part. So Toby basically gets murdered here, and so I thought it would be funny to just do a reaction for it. And so I had some audio for him. Sorry, no cute phones. I'm just waiting for you to just get back up.
At least you apologize.
Well, I know that that's what you're here for. You're not here for me.
Well, I mean, it's 30-70.
Which is the 30.
You'll never know.
So what I wanted to do for Toby was have him be kind of angry about stuff. So first I had to make sure, like, can he be angry? And
Like that alone.
Oh, he's dancing.
You're doing a bad job making him angry.
Well, this is for advertisement. Actually, on Twitter, for those who come from Twitter, I have it playing Black Betty with this. And it works really well. I had to look up famous songs at 120 beats per second because that's what I was running it at. Thanks for the follow, Spanky Pants. I wanted to do the Bee Gees, but that was 109 beats per second. And so if I did it, I would have had to actually re-render it. And I was like, damn it, I'm at 2 seconds. So I'm like, what songs are at 120 beats? That was one of them, so.
Popular song.
So it was actually, I think I like that more. It worked out really well. That's the calm before the storm. Elliot says,
hey,
how are you?
See, Jurassic got me some poems.
For Mike, Appararing. He is definitely an Appararer. But what I did was I am missing some audio. There was more here. Oh, there it is. Never mind. I actually just started grabbing ones I thought were kind of fun. I thought about doing it like he was doing a Let's Play. He's just staring right in my soul. That's wonderful. I was thinking about making it look like a not a Let's Play, but like a reaction video for a full thing, but that would take a long time if I wanted to animate the full thing. But I thought just doing a beginning, audio over the middle, and then end for the actual video. I decided I'm just going to animate him doing it. It's something I could try to do in one day because I don't want anything complicated. So I thought this audio was going to be the best for him. Ignore the dancing during.
Ain't that a load of shit?
And
He's so happy.
So I thought that would be fun because it's something that can be done pretty easily in just today, but the main thing I was curious about, and I can destroy this animation now because he is not, or I say it as a separate file. Yeah, we understand. So.
Ain't that
Okay, gotta turn it to here.
a load of shit?
There we go. Having him just say that while like just staring at you.
Ain't that a load of shit?
So, but what was this one?
Hogwash, man.
Yeah, I thought about doing that, but this one's more fun. So, but I was curious if I could make him look angry because Rathalos has an angry face expression. Toby, I never added one, but if I do go to squint, kind of makes him angry. So this let's back up a little bit there. So that actually works really well. So then that's fine, because otherwise I'm like, if I can't make him look angry, then it's kind of worthless. I don't want her to have like a super happy eye look and smiling while he's like swearing. So that was kind of the intent for today. I haven't touched Toby in a while. Kind of like, oh my god, they killed Kenny. Kinda, except for like if Kenny was doing it to himself. That's instead of, was it Kyle or Stan that I was yelled at Oh my god, you killed Kenny.
It was Kyle. Wait.
Yeah, I think it was. I mean, sometimes... No, I think it was always Kyle. Yeah, because the only person that would is Stan, because nobody else would care. Or they were the cause of the
I
murder.
think the two of them both cared and they each had their lines.
Oh, tool wrench. Let me... I gotta drop this camera value down. I put it a bit too high. Man, I'll keep it 30 for now. Okay, now I can get closer. Yeah. He's sniff. Actually, I don't have a nose bone for him. I never added one. I do have to go back to him. I really want to add some more stuff to him. Same with Rathalos. I want to add more emotion type stuff. Like Rathalos has angry eyes, but I wanted to go into more detail with it. Have a happy Rathalos and stuff, and I don't, because I don't have one right now. Rathalos is just always angry. Just want to say the gift made me and my fiance smile. Look, oh, the Toby, he's so happy. Well, okay, right now he's not. Hold on. There, now he's overly happy. He's a little excited. So let's make him swear. All right.
Ain't that a load of
Right,
shit?
all the audio files, because I've been listening to his audio files for various reasons quite a lot lately.
Ain't that a
Okay, that's not enough. Yeah, Rathalos I've went in detail for, so I know all of his speech stuff quite in detail, quite a lot. But him I didn't know, and Left 4 Dead 2 has different voice lines for certain things than 1 did. But so much of it is like, if you go through the voice lines, they have stuff for Coach and Rochelle, but Nick, he loves talking to Nick. Apparently, there was way more Nick voice lines. Was it just a detailed device?
They just gave him more voice lines recently because.
Oh yeah.
Crazy thing, Left 4 Dead 2 just got an update on the map with a new scenario.
So the eyes, I have not actually touched the eyes. The eyes are as they were, kind of. So they're actually an actual ball. That was really weird. So it's a kind of ball. It's on the end here. So if I want to make it him look anywhere, I have to rotate it. But I did have to adjust the eyes forward. Toby's eyes are actually built to be sort of outwards, but then that makes him feel monster-like. So when you actually move them forward to be looking in a single direction, it makes them feel more human. But because of the shape of the head, I really can't turn his or put the camera any further than here if I want to get both eyes. Because anything further than that, I'm only going to get the one. The other thing is his eyes can't close. So like if I were to try to grab this the flesh from around the eyes to actually get it to close, it would not work. It would be very stretched, and this little horn type thing, this eyebrow, I guess, would be pulled down like about to here, and it'd be so noticeable every time he blinked that his whole head, like these big horn things, were coming down. So instead, I had to load up a previous save file to get these to work. I had done what the game actually did. So the game actually does these separate models as eyelids, and they're not open or closed. They're either over the face or not visible at all. So the monsters never blink or anything. They always, but when they're dead, they put this model over the eyes to make it look like their eyes are closed. So I took that texture of the eyelid bit. It was a little bit more red, and I didn't like that, so I removed some of the red, made it match the color of him a little bit more, put it on the side of a silo, which is actually what that is, and then anytime I want to do the eye blink, I literally just pulled these forward and down. So I only use that for blinking because it's not that good a detail otherwise, but it actually works for what I need, and I get away with it. What voices can Michael do? If you put, we have the voice impression points for the channel. So if you want to spend, I think it's like 750 points or whatever, you can have Michael do an impression of anything horribly.
Absolutely horribly. You will be disappointed if you expect anything else.
Yeah, he is very good at not being good at it. And welcome
Barely get my own voice.
Tamalo Genova. Sorry. Blurtable wants you to do RoboCop.
I've never seen that movie.
Well, then do your best impression.
Beep boop, I'm a cop. Oh beep. You're RoboCop.
That was spot on.
I'm glad to hear it.
Oh, what's up, Jurassic? Oh, Jurassic wants you to do an impression of me.
Oh yeah, don't you know? Here's your Minnesota.
There's the contact.
You gave me that look like you
I was
didn't know.
waiting for you to like poke at intricacies of
Like,
me.
oh yeah, don't you know? I made some dragons here. That's exactly how you sound.
Really? Mm-hmm. I bet you it is. Don't you know?
Oh yeah.
That's a horrible Minnesota accent. Oh, you should be ashamed of yourself right there. Thanks for the follow, Rabbit Lady.
What's happening?
Oh, okay. Now, Tool Wrench wants to do an impression of Derpy.
Yay, muffins! That's my derby. Yay, muffins. That's all she says.
No, she said lots of things.
It's my episode now, Applejack.
Wait, hold on.
What's happening? Is Derpy Hooves a boy or girl?
We need to get.
It's an important question.
Is there a list of all the lines that Derpy says?
Probably somewhere, but I doubt here.
Because we could just we if somebody could find.
But the episode 100 is going to be a lot.
Yeah, you're gonna do the whole episode. I'm just kidding.
This is a bad idea.
It's nope. It's beep boop 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 dirt bags.
Which
yeah, okay.
She has two different voices when saying that line.
One wrong. Just lol.
Just don't know, like-
YouTube. Yeah, when I'm streaming, my internet's not as good here. If I'm streaming, it doesn't like to pull up YouTube stuff, and even then, it's kind of risky. So I don't try to pull up YouTube unless I need to.
I got a okay.
So we got to do some words with Toby here. I see what Toby is. He only has one bone in his mouth, so I can just go bam, and I have access to everything. So for anybody that's done facial lip syncing stuff before, if you see that I only basically have 8 flexes and a bone to do lip syncing, that looks like, wow, how do you get away with that? It's optimized. It actually works pretty good. What voice can I do? I don't. What voices do I do?
10.
Huh?
The tails are 10.
I don't know. Can I actually do any voices good? I mean, I do the Minnesota accent, but that's
just your Minnesotan.
Yeah.
It's not really an accent at that point.
the only reason we're good at I'm good at talking in Minnesotan, like the old boy, geez, old boy, is mainly because we make fun of ourselves talking like that, and we just got better at it from doing that.
It's like, I just finished my...
Do a mic impression.
I just had to do a you impression.
Well, there's no points involved. We can't, now that we made it a thing, we can't just go and do it willy-nilly here. Jesus Christ. It's gonna devalue it.
Ducking out of it. Oh.
No, but if anybody has points, it's blurred.
Yeah, voice.
There's a special point. It's not the highlight point. And do ET. I'm sorry, but this is a PG-13 stream.
Reverse probing.
Mike.
He's paid the point.
I'm trying to think of how does Mike sound.
Oh wait, you've got paid twice. You really gotta do this.
Oh my god. Okay. Okay.
This is gonna be insulting. I can feel it.
Hey, howdy. I'm from Kentuckers. I love me my three ways and cornhole. Yeehaw.
What have I ever said? Three ways and cornhole. Good times though.
Yeah, it's the cornhole three ways. I would say look those up, but don't look those up.
Cornhole is a fun game you play with your family. Three ways is a delicious dinner you go out with your family to have. Ain't nothing wrong about any of it.
Jesus, Mike.
What?
All right, so the reason I said it's still pretty easy to do this with 8 flexes in a bone, though, is because the bone has infinite flexibility on how you move things, and the 8 are basically all the minimum requirements, so you could get away with anything. Please clip. Yay, howdy.
Yay, howdy.
I say howdy because I'm from Kentucky and need to give context to my voice. Yee howdy.
I mean, I do say howdy is the main means of saying hello, but yee howdy doesn't make no sense.
Yes, it's a very archaic way of saying howdy. Ye old howdy.
Ye old howdy. I like that.
I can't get that on my head. Like, I'm thinking like medieval cowboys.
Yes.
Like they're wearing their armor with their lasso and.
I want this. I want this movie made.
Or like Applejack from the 1200s.
Yeah. I can see that actually.
Oh, look, Ethan.
I was actually having a discussion with Draft about like Southern stuff, and he's talking about supper and dinner. They call it supper up here, right? They don't have or no, they call it dinner up here. Like
I don't know. Well, at least personally, I go back and forth.
Yeah.
I really don't know if there's is there a difference between supper and dinner?
There is and there isn't. I think it's mainly like dinner is supposed to be like a different time of day, I think, than supper, but most people just interchange them. I always think about it as interchanging.
I use them so back and forth.
Yeah, okay.
Supper is right before bed.
Dinner's like in the evening. I guess it's the appropriate way to think about it. I always just think supper and dinner are interchanged. But
That's what I always see it as.
I always imagine supper is something you get called to by your mom, and dinner was something you went out to do. Like dinner was fancy.
Dinner, the word makes it not sound fancy. Yeah. But this sounds like a sandwich discussion.
Not really, because it's.
I mean, it's a little bit less complicated, but.
Yeah. That's just how I always viewed it. Dinner was something you went out, like you going out to do something fancy. A fancy dinner. Supper was what, like, supper's ready.
Supper is after 9 p.m.?
That's way too late to eat.
Well, yeah, but that's, to me, well, then that also depends on people's, like, see, and Syria's saying the opposite. That's what, I've always used them interchangeably, so I don't see dinner or supper as any different from each other.
Yeah, dinner late, that's all that would be. It'd be a late dinner or a late supper. 9 p.m. is what I'm thinking. Dinner just always sounded like fancier, I guess. Having a fancy supper.
trying to think of other things that are... Is there anything else in Minnesota that's named weird? Except for the obvious.
Casserole.
Yeah, except for that one.
I don't know.
And then Duck Duck Grey Duck.
Yeah, that's the other obvious one.
But that's because everybody else is wrong.
No. What do they do in Canada? Now I'm curious.
For Duck Duck Goose or Duck Duck Grey Duck?
You said it right first time.
Well, no, but I'm saying for that
Yeah.
discussion.
And now I'm curious, how Canadian is Minnesota? Are they doing Grey Duck up there? And something with it?
We need to know. Is this when I ask if it's in
Just
Canada?
Minnesota.
Is it just?
Even Canada don't want to touch that.
Oh. A Naka Naka gas is the way that they do it in Sweden, I believe. Yeah, if you just go to Duck Duck Goose on Wikipedia, also go Duck Duck Grey Duck in... Oh, it's Daisy in the Dell or Quail Quail Quarry based on New Jersey or New England. But well, yeah, we're the weird one.
Yeah, you're just weird.
You might as well go for more for Droops.
Hey, Derps. I mean, I missed the Derps, so you gotta put the Derps again.
Oh, okay, so we showed this before. So this is the map. So this is the map that shows the distribution of people that play Duck Duck, Grey Duck, and Duck Duck Goose. So the blue is all the people that are wrong, and the gray ones are all the people that are right. So you can see from this map that the majority of people are indeed wrong, and it is Duck Duck Grey Duck.
It is Duck Duck.
It is not Duck Duck Goose.
It is most definitely Duck Duck Goose.
So it is. So yes. So that's. But I love this map so much.
This map is just a representation of the gray state is the most stubborn of states and refuses to conform.
Do you guys say soda, Coke, or pop? We say pop. I will say soda if I am big on... I don't like reusing the same words over and over and over again. So, like... Because just the way the sentence is written. So I will say soda sometimes. Yeah, because otherwise if you say pop, 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 it loses meaning. So I will say soda sometimes. But pop is the general one around here.
I mean, I think back in Kentucky, a lot of people just say soda or Coke.
I don't like Coke, though, because that's confusing.
It is. I tried going to restaurants and just saying cola. Like, because I didn't know if they had Pepsi or Coke. So I would just say, just give me whatever cola you got. If that's Pepsi, Coke, or whatever. And they would look at me like I was crazy. So I'd have to, like, be like, okay.
Well, if you say cola, that's different.
Basically, the only colas they're going to have is Coke or Pepsi, and I'm just saying...
Or RC, but nobody has that on tap. But that's why, if I say cola, it just means give me either one of those.
Yeah.
Give me the brown one.
But it always confused them, like I was, like, speaking out of the language.
Duck Duck Canadian? No. It's Duck Duck A?
More derps.
When I was little, I thought it was Duck Duck Moose. I like that more. Like, where you go, like, head by head, duck, duck, and then when you get to the kid that you're going to do, you yell moose, and you punch him really hard across the face, and if you knock him out, you get a point.
If you knock out a moose, you get more than a point.
Yeah, well, no, because you're the moose. And serious, so you're asking about if you can illuminate a model without self-illum. Kind of. It depends on what you're trying to do. So, there's a couple ways. Self-illuminate's purpose is to basically take a model and add brightness to it, like past 0. You can increase its color. So like on Toby here, if I go to Toby and I say, for the body, now for one, you cannot add self-illum on an override. You cannot just put self-illuminate float at a 1 and say it turned on. It is one of those values that you have to turn on in the file itself. Once it's on, you can override the color in here, but you can't override to turn it from 0 to 1. So you can't enable it. But what you can do, so if you go and do just an override for color, 111 is always going to be the default, but you can enhance the way that light hits something. So if I go to 222, it's going to basically make it so all light hitting him is twice as bright as any light that was going to hit him otherwise. And if I go to like some stupid amounts, you can get him to basically glow. He's gonna do his attack. His eyes aren't glowing because they are a separate texture. That does mean that you can enhance certain colors more than others. That's kind of cool.
He's the super form. That's cool.
That's kind of cool. I like that.
It is cool, but
he's golden.
Super Saiyan Tobugadashi.
He oh my god, he has.
He's gone beyond.
He's gone Super Saiyan 3. So that allows you to add brightness, but all you're really doing is enhancing the colors that are already there. So if there was no lights hitting him from anything, he would still be black. Self-illuminate is about adding color to something when that is separate from all the other lights, which is great because here it's still going to be balanced based on the light that's hitting them. So if I have light coming from one angle, it's only going to light that side. Self-illuminate is going to light everything evenly, which is pretty useful because you can balance the two together. But self-illuminate is the only way to self-light something and have control over it. Oh, I do have it open here, so I can. Let me get rid of this here. Hang it in there in a second here. So if I go and add self-illum, so this one I have to add into the file itself. At first you shouldn't notice really any difference. Yeah, so he's not going to be, he's not happy about it.
He looks a little brighter.
But, well, no, it's because the color I don't think was running either. But he shouldn't really have any difference. Well, he might have a little, actually, because it does have...
It's like a lighter blue or something.
It might just have added a little bit. So I'm going to add self-illum tint. So, no, okay, so this is the default. So this is going to be just normal lighting. But this is where I could say, like, I want to have him glow red. And he's got kind of this other strip behind him here that's colored differently, but that's because that texture is a separate one too. So this is where you're going to actually get the glow on it. So you can turn it on in the self-illum, but you can control the tint within the override. Oh, Shepherd. A shiny Pokemon, yes.
Pretty much.
So if I want to, I can do 10, 10, 10, get him. This kind of looks like he was before with the bright, but now if there's no lights. But if you do put this at 1, 1, 1, even with self-illuminate, it basically kind of ends up being almost nothing. So you can do that. But you can mix and match color and tint, or the self-illuminate, to balance things out. I've actually done that before for models that were excessively dark in a part of the map. I would just increase self-illuminate just a teeny bit to kind of give the whole model a little bit of light, and then maybe increase the color to actually get them to pop more. So it kind of just depends on how you want to do it. But if you're having problems getting it enabled, this is the way to fix it. Make sure you do it in the file. It's illuminated but doesn't have the self-illuminate. You could try putting self-illum 0 on there, but most things shouldn't work like that. And if it is enabled for some reason in the background, it is busted. Try putting a tint with 000 or changing these values in any way, because this should change the tint of it. So you can try that. The other way to do this is to change this to unlit, and that will deconnect a model's interactions with lighting completely, and it will make all the lighting look like this. So he will look as if using, I think what in SFM or Source Engine is called like the level 15 lighting, which is basically just the top end map lighting, everything evenly, no shadows, no nothing. that is useful mainly for user interfaces. A lot of user interfaces within SFM or whatever are actually placed, or not SFM, but like within Source Engine games, they might actually be placed where the camera is somewhere and then there's a flat image in front of the screen. And that's how they get the user interface to work. One of the classic examples that I remember from this is Killing Floor. We had a glitch where one time we actually were playable in the menu. We all spawned within this big empty room that had a big panel on the wall that had all the menu items on it, and we were running around and could like shoot at nothing, and we could look at the menu. And because that's all they did is they just had the camera looking at it, we just glitched. So and Source can do that too. So I think a lot of games do it that way. Why write a whole separate engine for a user interface for the intro of the game when you can just use your normal engine? But I do not want Vertex lit. I do not want him lit. That sounded like Dr.
like
Seuss.
You were doing green eggs and ham. I was gonna say something.
I do not want to be self-lit. Did you watch on my laptop, but totally forgot about the absolute unit of a jet engine uses for cooling. My laptop for work, like, is perfectly quiet, works pretty good, and then just out of nowhere, it'll just be like, I'm gonna run the fan on high, okay? I'm not doing anything. I mean, every now and then I'm like opening up a super big 20,000 line Excel document, and then it kind of yells at me, but... hello, Fizzle. How are you doing today? So if you put a light source, it will shine on it with the unlit added to found. No, if you have unlit here, no lights will interact with that model in any way. You can shine lights at it. You can turn all the lights off, have no lights in the map at all. It will not interact with any type of lighting. While self-illuminate, if you shine a light at a model that has self-illuminate, it will still light up. Self-illuminate will just add on top of that. Do you know about Ponytown? Yes, I do know. I've never played it. I just see a lot of pictures.
That's that 2D game?
Did you finish the other animation? Yes, it's on YouTube. I finished it. I put it out this morning, actually. So it is done.
It's got cows in it.
I did. I spent all last night editing. That's why I'm doing something kind of short and easy today, because I am still exhausted. I spent all day today, like, helping build a deck. I'm tired, so what do I want? A depressing no.
I can make coffee.
No, I already had my last coffee at like 3:30. It was way too late. Your last coffee? But my last coffee before bed.
I'm on bed for like.
You can go do more coffee.
I'm drinking booze.
You can mix the two.
I just want to drink booze.
So this, I need air, and that's not air. So we're gonna take his mouth and go boop, boop. Actually, he needs to... He needs to have this mouth go back further. Oh.
He does look like a... He does have the head of a snake, so he does look like he could unhinge.
Oh yes, I said hi. Hello, Fizzle. This is my first stream. Well, welcome. I wish that I could help. You can, if you right-click the stream, you can see if you can change the quality, but if it's a busy time, which Fridays usually aren't, it probably won't let you. Okay, load. See, a lot of these are going to be the same.
I remember when I first started watching him, like way back, a little while ago. I kept having issues with my streaming ability, and I actually had to contact my service provider and ask them why they didn't have a direct connect to Twitch, because it was a popular site. Because I was essentially found out I was pinging, because I can and times be fairly computer savvy, and I found out what I was pinging to get to Twitch. I was pinging all the way to Germany and then back to the US again to watch Twitch.
I'm thinking of like you're doing that like Buscemi meme. Or was it Buscemi? No, it wasn't Buscemi. It was like the one where it's the guy that played Green Goblin from Spider-Man, when he's like, "Oh, I'm kind of a scientist myself," and like you're like, "I'm kind of a computer person myself."
Well, I figured out I was pinging from Germany to watch Twitch here in the US, and I was like, well, that's ridiculous, and then I found out why. So I contacted my service provider, and I'm like, why aren't you doing this? And they're like, I guess we can do it. We can have it connected. It does take a little bit of resources, but it is just like a small amount of internet. It was really weird. That's a whole other story, which I'm not going to get into. Okay, essentially, he would have called my internet service provider.
William Dafoe. There you go. It's, I don't know why am I, he does kind of look like Buscemi. A little bit. Hold on.
Buscemi's always looked old. That's why his acting career is still pretty solid. He doesn't look.
How do you spell Buscemi?
I don't know. Just put in Steve B. It'll probably come up. There he is.
Let's see.
Yeah, they're totally twins, man.
See, they're the same.
Oh, yes. Everybody would confuse those two.
Yeah, you can't even tell them apart.
One of them has a chin, the other one doesn't.
It's because you got facial hair.
Oh, no, Steve Buscemi has a chin. That guy just has a brick under his mouth. That's why he grew that goatee.
Look at. You can't even, like, literally, if I mix these two up, and you'd be like, I don't know which is which.
Who can say?
I mean, it's not like if I was like,
is starting to show his age.
It's not like if I was just like, here you go, and you're just like, like which is which, man? Which is which? Actually,
you stop this right now.
Hello, Alexander.
Cool.
My little coffee animation not confirmed. No coffees.
Oh,
actually, I was going through some old.
Hi, Jay.
Oh, hello, Jay. Tell Mike that I say that I'm surprised he's not enjoying tea time.
I know there is something from Draft that he said, because I do remember him mentioning something about tea time, but he confuses me on a regular basis, so I ignore him most of the time.
So, Jay, what I think is funny is that he was saying early on when he started work with Draft, just don't worry about. He's like, no, it'll be fine. It'll be a lot of fun. And then, like, after 2 days, he's like, the puns. Oh my God, there's so many puns. They don't stop. How does he do this? It's inhuman. Where's your job? I did email them and they never emailed me back. I gotta bug them. Okay.
Are you putting that battery there to remind yourself?
Yes.
You're odd.
All I have to do is put something in the way of my ability to do something else. Or something that's out of place, and that's all I have to do for a reminder. Because then I'm going to look at this and go, why the hell did I put this here? And then they're like, oh yeah. Or I'll look at this and be like, why the hell did I put this here? I can't remember.
If I put something out of place in my room, I would just assume nothing about it.
No, I did talk to... I believe... I talked to not... my boss, but kind of my secondary boss about it, and they're like, yeah, they're looking for people, so definitely have them check. So yes.
He wanted me to come down there, is what he wanted. He wanted me to actually go with him over to your guys' place tonight. They want me to defect.
Defect?
Yeah.
But then who will do the voice impressions?
Right? Who will drink all the booze while you animate?
Not me.
I mean, I'm trying to get you to. I was just happy to hear that you finished patching up the hole in your house, and I hope the owl keeps the woodpeckers away. What?
There's a lot of random words. What story are you using for this? If you're talking about the video,
I'm glad you packed the hole. You're letting Draft rub off on you.
For the video we're doing, there was the trailer that came out for the Monster Hunter Rise, and there was a part where Toby basically gets killed. So somebody already tweeted me on the Rathlos account saying, what does Toby think about this? So I'm doing his reaction. So that's, I just need him to be all pissed off.
Wait a minute, who's my boss now? Is it him? I'm checking with him.
Huh.
I see. I'm torn.
What are you laughing about?
I don't even know anymore.
That's just 2020 right there. It should just 2020. I don't know anymore.
Yes, it's the subtitle of the movie that is 2020.
You know, how much do you want to bet that there will be a movie called 2020?
Oh, most definitely.
But what would the climax be? Or we haven't hit it yet? Have we not hit it yet?
It's gonna be a documentary about
Well, no, because normally you have to have a movie that like builds up and then hits like some climax and then it ends. But the problem is that we've had like 4 climaxes.
Well, maybe it's just gonna be people walking outside, seeing that the sun's like a dim red and that everything's tinted in red, and you're just like, that would be the end of the movie.
Well, there was. I want to see if I can find it.
Because I did have a friend, and it's not who you think it is. It's my friend's mom actually was talking to me today, which is
this
kind of weird. But
this was the picture that they said.
I mean, look at that. That's
defines 2020 and
blood red sky.
I don't know who you are. Go closing player, then close it. There.
He's a man.
It's a bunch of cardboard cutout people watching a baseball game as the world is falling apart.
As the world above is just like,
this is where it's subtitled. I don't know anymore.
It's look, things are normal. Just don't think about it, and it's fine. We're playing baseball here. But no, I had a friend, a different friend than the normal friend, but a friend in England who was like, "How are you doing?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm fine." He's like, "How are things over there in the U.S.?" And I'm just like, and I wanted to say things are fine, but a couple days ago,
you just started crying.
The sun was red, and it's hard to be that dishonest. So I said various things, including like, what's going on? And her reply was, "Well, that's rubbish." I'm like, "It is." She was British. So
at least the fires, at least from our perspective, are like, okay, that's not one we have to deal with at this moment. Yes, we had the smoke in the sky, even in Minnesota.
Yeah, that's how bad the smoke is.
Is that a map or scene build? This is what I use almost for all Monster Hunter stuff. It kind of there's something that kind of drops my frame rate this direction. It runs perfectly fine this way, but if I look this way, it gets really choppy. Something in the cabin. I haven't found out what it is. So like you can even see just how choppy it moves. But as soon as I look this way, it moves fine.
What's complicated about the cabin is it all like individual planks or something?
It wouldn't matter. There's something in there that's just a memory leak or something. It doesn't matter because all I care about is doing this way. I wish I could get rid of these things because this isn't really Monster Hunter-esque. But I tend, you'll listen to see in all the Monster Hunter things, it's just a forest this direction. I keep using this shot because it's just so easy. But it's called...
Bye, Jay.
Okay, bye-bye, JJ.
I will try to watch a little bit later.
It is called Forest Dim Daytime. There's also a dim, just normal. Did he text you?
Yes. They're screaming at me to defect.
You do whatever you want. I'll cry later. You see, the only people you'd be disappointed isn't me.
It's them because...
Yes, and see, they're hearing you, because then if you're like, I gotta go brush my teeth, and then you just disappear for an hour.
You know how it goes. I'll go upstairs, be like, I'm just gonna go upstairs for a sec, and then I don't come back down.
It's a serial killer hiding cabin. They can get choppy. That's good. It's sure. Tuesday's gonna end the alien saving us because they can't bear to watch anymore. It's just that bad. Well, it's just... I'm just wondering what else 2020 has to throw at us. One of my favorites is there's some lady did a recording where she was talking to herself, and herself in the future, and it was only like from, like, she would look like everything went wrong. She goes, well, when are you from the future? She goes, oh, like 2 months from now. And just kept listing all these things to do, and she's like, what's gonna happen? And it was pretty funny. Blue, yes, it is very blue.
I mentioned I look blue.
I think it must be an interesting documentary. Yeah, I'm curious as to what they're gonna do, because I don't see it being a single event. That would make a really boring movie. Or it'd be like a 5-second movie where a guy just walks outside to like sirens blaring and fires and face masked people and guns and just be like, nope.
I have a feeling it's just
thanks for
going
the
to be
follow,
lumped in with
Dark.
it'll be a movie partially lumped in with another individual who was prevalent in this year. But it'll be a movie nonetheless. My favorite part would be all the face masks. Who doesn't love those? I'm a fan because you can wear a kitty face on your face. See, you gotta look at the bright side.
Well, this is one thing I like about Toby, and how I have it set up. So the load and the shit are the same basic mouth structure. Load, low. I mean, it starts the same. So that's why I like having less flexes, because I'm not tempted to overdo things. Probably have the bottom jaw a little bit too far forward.
He's in all their face muscles.
You can get a lot of detail, but then you're also spending freaking hours doing it.
You're a bit of a perfectionist. Not that I don't.
Well, no, if you give me the option to, yes, I will take advantage of it. That's the one thing with some of the. I'll sometimes just go back to the VN models. If I don't have to do detailed face lip syncing, I'll just go to the VN models because I don't need them. Hello, Dark. I love your YouTube channel with the Monster Hunters monster. Thank you.
That one monster, yeah.
I don't.
Monster's name Twilight Sparkle.
I don't. I've been wanting to. Or I do the Rathalos and Toby. I have a lot of Toby stuff planned, but I do this mainly once a month. I try to come out with one. And I have not done one. Though I just put out a picture today on the Rathalos account earlier, and that got almost as much likes as the normal stuff. Though it is kind of creepy. I put that on there.
It's pretty creepy. It looks like Hypnotoad. That's what he looks like. It's like, watch my stream.
Well, I can't zoom in too much so the text takes over. No, I did it for me watching the trailers, the new Monster Hunter Switch games for the 12th time. I don't know if you've seen the trailer, but they look really good.
I saw the post that you made about the trailer. Is that good enough?
No. You must watch them.
But I don't have a Switch.
Doesn't matter, it's still good.
And I'm poor, so I can't afford them. That was a lie.
Yes.
I don't know. Consoles, man.
I like the Switch. It is a super fun system that I think was really well developed, and the phones are great, but I love being able to be playing a game like on the deck and then just bring it aside, drop it down, grab the controllers and sit on the couch. It was super, and I love the Joy-Cons. I love being able to just put my arms wherever the hell I want and play games at any angle. I don't have to be wrapped up in a blanket in the winter with 2 hands on a controller in front of me. I can just be wherever I want. I love the Joy-Cons so much. I wish the Joy-Cons worked on PC better, but unless you get, at least when I used to try to get them connected, they saw them as 2 different controllers and they didn't really work together. There might be emulators now that work better with that.
I already have my controllers for the VR headset, and they're a lot like Joy-Cons. My VR, I mean, you got the same controllers for your headset. They can use them for more than just VR stuff.
Oh yeah, but they're still big. So like there's, I mean, if I'm under a blanket, the Joy-Cons are as big as my hand. I don't like using them as a single controller when you're like this and you're like, yay. But I like having the ability to have separate. And I do have a Pro controller too. These are
like very proud.
Take that out. I love the Pro controller. I always get sick of having to keep charging the PlayStation controllers, so I got this, and it lasts way longer. It's very comfortable compared to the PlayStation controller, and it just works really good. This here is, I have a dock over there for charging, and to let it sit like this, it has to have a bit that comes around the back. So this is just a dongle for charging. So I just put it in there, and then yeah, it works. I used it. I use it for like Monster Hunter and some of the games that are just, if a game has a very, very good controller configuration setup, I will play controller more than I would like doing keyboard and mouse. First person shooter, give me a keyboard and mouse all day. But if I'm going to be playing a game that's built to work for a controller, hell, I'm going to do that. I like being able to just kick my feet up and sit back and just play, or sit on the couch and play. I think this needs to be more to there. This needs to be more to here. Except for jaw. So really, I'm just finding all I have to really make is the like forward, because I don't have any B's in here, do I?
That a load of shit. That a load of shit.
It's very quick. I'll clean that
That a
up.
load of shit. That a load of shit.
And I'll just grab the E. Right there. And this will be front down. We'll do the lip back a little bit more there, because I can't really show the T. Here. I would say if you're not looking to get something on Switch, but you're planning to potentially get one in the future, I would wait a little bit, just because the supply is kind of tough during the holiday season anyway. But they're talking about doing new versions of it, and if they do, the old versions are probably going to be cheaper, and the new versions, then if you wanted to invest a bit more in it, would probably be more powerful or something. But who knows when those are supposed to come out. That was originally my concern when I hear about a Monster Hunter open world game coming out, that they're going to have a requirement to be some upgraded version of the system, kind of like they started doing for the DS XL, having games specific to that. But it doesn't sound like that, so that's good.
They might have restrictions on like what resolution. If I can see that happening. Like, you can still play the game, but you can't play it in 4K or whatever.
Switch never does 4K.
Well, then
Switch is 720 on the console and 1080 on TV only.
but I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, that's. But considering, like, you look at Breath of the Wild, being able to be an open world without load screens, other than some of the smaller areas, running on the Switch, it's definitely possible. And the stories looked actually a lot like Breath of the Wild.
I mean, I could see that if they do a new version of the Switch, they'll just have it like, oh yeah, this version can run some games in 4K if it supports them. I could see that.
Load of shit. Load of shit.
But I don't think they'll take anything away from the Switch.
Shit. Load of shit. Load of
And that's all games are anymore. Like, it's updated textures, updated resolution.
Yeah, that is all games ever are. The next one has better visuals, that's all those are.
Well, yeah, but better visuals used to be needing more polygons. Now I think it's just about higher resolution and whether or not a system can run it. Right?
We're at the point, right, the tipping point right now with 4K, where when I got the 2K monitor was at the early part of that, where I'm like, I know 4K is going to be the next couple of years, but I still like the higher refresh rate. But we're at the point right now where 4K is the big thing. So now you have graphics cards coming out that can handle it a lot easier and are cheaper. And but the Switch isn't about doing great graphics. It's about adding in, giving conveniences that other systems don't have, which in this case is portability. I love it. I've so many times I've like been playing games on planes and whatever, and it's nice being able to play the same game. I can play Breath of the Wild on the plane. That's nice.
I do wonder if consoles. I think Nintendo has the right idea with consoles. I don't know that PlayStation and Xbox do. They're just trying to be PCs.
Nintendo's isn't trying to compete with Xbox or PlayStation. No, they always go their own direction and they do it right. So they're not to me they're a console, but in a different market than Xbox. And even those, Xbox's big focus right now isn't on console. Their focus is on Xbox Game Pass. And that whole thing with the PC focus, it's about getting people on their subscription service. Sony kind of has won the console war, but Xbox is still in there, but they're not in there for that purpose. They're in there for the Game Pass and to get people on the Game Pass. If you have a Discord Nitro subscription, you actually I just got 3 months free of Game Pass, so I have to see what's on there, because that's basically their whole library for free for 3 months.
This guy wants Paper Mario. You know what I want? Super Mario RPG Legend 7 Stars. I want it.
I want the old game.
Paper Mario is an old game too, but Super Mario RPG is a better game than Paper Mario. I say that not having to play Paper Mario, I just assume, because I'm stuck.
Yeah, this one's definitely better. If you play the other, no.
I don't have to.
No, but I've already given it a 10 out of 10. Nothing can beat that.
Yes.
No, the Paper Mario games are good, but they're not the same.
You heard about that? He heard about that.
I'm guessing he's not old like you.
Get an emulator.
But he probably doesn't. But it doesn't mean he's gonna know it exists.
Go steal. Yay, Derby.
Derpy love, yes. And welcome, Moon.
So you distracted me.
I got a load of shit. Got a load.
So this D needs to be reduced.
You know you can never take away Derpy, right?
It'll be temporary. Anytime I change, it'll be a... You're like one J stream now.
If anything will make me defect, it is the lack of that Derpy being able to soothe me. It was the best, and the reason they haven't re-released it in quite a while is because Square Enix and Nintendo kind of hate each other, and it all goes back to Final Fantasy VII.
They've rekindled to a degree because they went back and did Crystal Chronicles.
Yeah,
they're
trying.
They had a falling out, but Nintendo kind of screwed them over too. They were developing a game for CD.
Yeah.
And because Nintendo was saying they were going to have a CD thing come out, so they started going this direction, and then they basically said, oh, nope, we're not doing that. And they did, I think it was 3 different times in a year where they said and announced something, and they started working towards that, and then Nintendo just yanked it out from under them, said, nope, we're not doing that anymore, and screwed them over. And so they kind of got to the point of just saying F you. And so and Sony says, hey, we got a new shiny system with CDs, and they're like, we're doing that.
Yeah.
So no, they made the right decision.
They did.
So that is that.
But
early on,
bitterness between the two companies.
Early on in the RPG market, that the CD allowed so much more possibilities. Now it doesn't matter. You can make a great RPG on the Switch perfectly fine.
Sure.
But then,
PlayStation was a huge step up from the N64.
But yes, if anybody here, hello Golden Gear, if anybody here hasn't, it's too late to coffee hot. No. The Super Mario RPG Legend of 7 Stars, if you've never played that, is an absolutely great RPG. It is a cooperation between Squaresoft, when it was before Square Enix, between Squaresoft and Nintendo, the Mario property. So you have the RPG King and the Quality King, and having them come together to make a perfect balance of the two. It is. I am looking forward to when that comes out. It will at some point. They just released Super Mario 64 again, with Galaxy and Sunshine all in one game.
That has nothing to do with Square Enix.
I know, but it is saying they're grabbing older titles and they're bringing them back to sell again.
I still feel like there's some that they'll work with each other when they know on occasion, but there's still some reluctance. No, like, what was I saying? Like, just go play that game. It's awesome. What is this? Find a way to play Mario RPG.
So D is, I had this wrong. D is going to be up and down. Oh, I was,
It's also Smash, which is also never going to happen.
I was going to mention too, tomorrow morning I'm streaming on YouTube, doing my monthly thing, where I will be, I mean, everybody here's probably seen all this stuff, but I was going to go into the behind the scenes stuff for the Changeling video, answer any questions that come up, and I need to, and then promo some animators, but I have to figure out who to promo. I haven't done that list yet. I was going to do it tomorrow morning.
I was kind of surprised to see Cloud show up in Smash. There was some cooperation.
Because Smash's big thing is about bringing in tons and tons and tons of IPs.
Yeah, but they would have had
Thanks for the follow, Zenaris.
Square Enix to sign off on it.
Oh yeah. But early on, if Square Enix was smaller, you probably had more people involved. Now it's probably just all PR departments. And
Well, before they didn't work together because the two CEOs basically couldn't stand each other, and they didn't start working together again until after both of them had stepped down.
Yeah, it's because Hironobu Sakaguchi doesn't even... He's got his own company now. I haven't heard anything from Mistwalker forever. Like I am legitimately curious. If nobody's heard... That's a great thing to just open up there.
No Rathalos.
Hironobu Sakaguchi left Square to do that. Oh, they are still making games. I think he's still running it too, but I don't know what any of these games are. Blue Dragon was a good game.
Yes. It looks like he's moved to the Wii, to the...
No, this one was 360.
Looks like he's doing cell phone games.
What have you done? Fantasian? That's an iOS title?
Yeah, Android, iOS, and PC. So it's cell phone games. That's
what have you done?
So, mobile market, man.
I mean, yeah, technically it's smart the money is, so financially, yes, but I'm an old school PC gamer where I'm like, shun the non-believers.
Mobile games are for filthy casuals.
Love the changing bit. I was trying so hard not to talk to others about it. Oh, I don't care if people talk about things inside. The only things that bug me in terms of information before release is if the butt of the joke is given to somebody that doesn't want to know the butt of the joke beforehand. That's why, like, I was saying if anybody took any pictures of stuff, don't show the cows, because that kind of ruins it. And if I provide a link to the video early, I don't want people like spreading it around. Patrons, if they do, really whatever, but if I do it like on Discord, I don't like it being spread around, because that's kind of, I'm giving people early access, and then they're just taking that. I don't know, that bugged me a little bit, but lately I've been out finishing all my video stuff like right before putting it out, or the day before, so I haven't really had a chance to.
Shit. Ain't that a load of shit? Shit.
He needs to have it open more here, I think. Then I might move forward with animating him, because I think it's good.
Shit. That's a load of shit.
Yeah, I think we're good. When does he start talking here? That's way too long. Oh, okay. If I move it, I have to know by how much. So if I move it to there.
Ain't that a load of shit? Ain't that a load?
Okay, that's good. Gotta have like a half second for people to figure out what's going on.
A load of shit.
We'll cut it like right here.
The hogwash, man.
Okay, I don't need. You can go with that audio over there. All right. So how do I want to have him move here? He's always kind of in that like the ready to pounce mode.
He said move, and I can't make cow jokes anymore.
You can. See? Who's Mo?
Stabs the brain.
Mo. Mo.
Arizona was cuter. I hate to tell you, though.
There were so many people that are like, I really like the cow, it's so cute. I'm like, oh, they're talking about Arizona. There was one person that got legitimately angry about it. Like, he's like, that's not a cow, that's a yak, and this is that, you're wrong. I'm like, no. He goes, one of the shots was really low frame rate, and the yak, or that's a yak, not a cow. I'm like, and I was going to respond, congratulations, you got the joke. Because it's... it just makes me laugh.
Some people don't get the joke. They just think you're wrong.
Or they take it seriously.
Okay.
And they think, they're like, but that's not a cow, that's a yak. And you're like, that's the joke.
And then I'd be like, I tried to tell him, guys. I tried to stop him, but he was like, no, we must, this is the funds.
And I was holding him back.
Okay.
Like, I had Derpy with a knife.
Oh no.
I had a picture of that somewhere.
That's upsetting.
Do you remember that?
I vaguely do, yes. I do remember the chicken more, though. The chicken gave me nightmares.
That was where the Derpy No came from, wasn't it?
No, Derpy No came from that one video you recorded of me.
Oh,
when
yes.
I first got that.
You want me to find that one?
I'm sure you have it somewhere.
No, I do. I know where it is. No, I played it once.
Do you played it here?
Yeah, I played it here once.
That was I think the first time I just said Derpy No.
Yeah, that's where that phrase, because there's this phrase we always have where it's Derpy No. and that was...
That's when I got that pillow, and I was being happy and shunned at the same time.
Well, no, it was... So, I've read it before, but I do it... I used to. I haven't done it in a while, but I had a joke where I would record somebody. Oh, this is actually one of them right here. So, I would record somebody that thinks they're being photographed, but they're not. So he thinks he's being that I'm taking a picture, but I'm actually taking a video. Thanks for the follow, Golden. So I have a bunch of these. I have Aggie there. This is Joystick. Oh yeah, here's one with Knightley.
Are you doing the thing where you're
So in that, again, it was because people started realizing that's what I was doing. But even when they know that's what you're doing, it doesn't matter. People will still fall for it. Here's one with Jurassic and Yasho.
You look dead.
Wait for you to take a picture.
Okay.
Yes. This is when he realized it. But still, it doesn't matter. Everybody falls for it, even when they know.
I'm waiting for you to take a picture.
No, I do take the picture.
You take a video.
No, I take a picture and then immediately follow it up with a video. Here's one with Denise.
This is gonna go on the Minnesota Bronies page.
Oh yeah. Oh, this is going on Minnesota Burns page.
Are you done yet? You're taking a fucking video, aren't you?
Everybody falls for it. I was gonna make a compilation of these, but I never got around to it because I have so many of them. All I'm trying to find is the Derpy No one.
I feel like that one was further back than the one with Niece.
No, because I think I'm going backwards in time.
Okay.
Oh, here's one. He kind of knew what I was doing, because he's a patient man. That's Din.
Onto your game.
No, he will just sit there and wait. Because he wants to be weird.
Going for the record, aren't you?
Oh god, there's so many of them. Yeah. Oh, maybe I might have passed it already. But these are by date. Yeah, it is the oldest. It was one of the older ones, but I don't recognize any of the previews here.
Just knew you'd beat me on a bed.
That's weird.
Here's draft.
No, because this is Everfree, and you weren't at Everfree. If it's anything, it's oh, here it is, right here.
Oh no, we found it.
Oh, well, thank you, Lost. Show the vid with Applejack in the thumbnail. Which one is that?
I don't know.
Did I pass it?
Mm-hmm.
No, this is actually Pymations. So this is during one of the anthology pre-screenings. That's Pymations, and I wanted him to do the shake. I don't. Where's the
A
apple?
lot of derpy in your thumbnails.
I don't see an.
Oh, I see the Applejack.
Which one?
It was up.
This one? No, that's
No, it
Sunset.
was on the far end. I saw it for like a second, then you scrolled. There it was.
Where?
Right there.
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
I don't even know what this is.
It's cute. It's
Oh,
cute horse.
Yeah, I see that.
doing vines. This is apples. Okay, so this is. Where's right? It was where'd it go?
It's gone forever.
Oh, no, it is. Here it is. My favorite thing about this is Derpy No and my sister's face.
What are you doing?
What have you done? What have you just done?
A horrible thing.
You just took a step.
Why are you still staring at me?
I'm recording.
Derpy No!
But then my sister walks in.
I'm recording. Oh god!
You're just gonna take a picture.
What the fuck did I walk into?
I'm gonna pause it when it comes back to her because she's like my favorite expression of all time.
What did I walk into?
Make it stop!
His face says so much. I just want to take a screenshot of this and just have it as like when she calls me, this is the face that pops up. I think right now it's just Luna, but God, I have so much crap in here. This is Yasho. This is one of the greatest thing Yasho's done.
Well, see, we were in the Viet Cong, and them Panthers that came out of nowhere. They came up and took Big Jim. Oh, how I miss him. Oh, he was a great war hero.
That was a short story.
Then we
You
won.
sure got over the
That was just so stupid. Oh yeah, Toby.
Animated dragons.
I haven't even moved over like 2 years worth of videos from different conventions on my phone. We have lots of good times.
Ain't that a load of shit?
Yeah, that'll work. All right. He's like looking straight on in that camera. Let's move it. I kind of like this angle though because it opens up the background. So we're gonna move him. I don't have to worry about actually him touching the ground because he's not locked. Thought you were talking with the competition.
No, they were talking to me earlier. Or draft was. He wants me to go watch their stream for sure. I told him I may.
Oh, I need to have. There we go. You know, he needs. If I was an angry Toby, I'd probably be more at the camera, so that'd probably be more what I'm looking for. And wait a second. Something. Oh, it's the rig. I like this. Like right by the camera.
He's a long-necked dinosaur. His mom died.
Come on. See, he looks fine. Thanks for the help, Peter. He looks fine. Nothing wrong with him. It's like a Picasso painting or something.
Hate to have a neck. Can you imagine being a giraffe and swallowing something and like it's just taking forever?
Well, see, this works out great because, like, say that there's a hunter like right here, and then like he's like, I'm so far away, he's not gonna get me, and then suddenly he's just like, vroom. Like, here's Toby.
You pretty much do that as is.
I like with the voice.
Ain't that a load of shit? Shit.
Oh, I twisted his jaw when I twisted him completely because I turned him and had, there we go. I had local selected. That is a boo-boo and a no-no, and I did a no-no. Nope, just means I had changed to world, and now I can turn him. Oh nope, he's still turned. There, now he's fine. So local will churn all the bones individually, while world churns everything based on the one that you're churning. So I made the mistake of having because local selected, it churned his jaw when I did that, which I do not want. So that is fixed now. I just had to kind of redo things. Voice impressions. Moon was Mike. It is time. Do a wacko voice from Animaniacs.
I'm upset that I've actually seen Animaniacs, and I do remember the voice.
Well, it's kind of like a nasally voice, isn't it?
It's kind of like a nasally kid voice. I'm trying to think if I can think my way into doing it, as opposed to, practice and time.
But no, because that's not fun.
It's like Wacko was the short one with the cap, right?
But you said you just heard the voice.
Yakko.
No, that's what.
Yakko and Wacko.
Which one is which? I thought Wacko was the one with the hat. Is Wacko the one with the hat?
I think.
And
they both had pretty much the same.
It's Yakko, Wacko, and Dot. I know that.
Yakko is the one with the hat, or Wacko is the one with the hat? Just answering yes doesn't help.
Wacko had the hat.
So Wacko had that.
Does it help you at all?
No. He kind of had like a lazy voice. It's kind of like, No, I know I remember now.
Got a load of shit.
You pretty much talk like this or something like.
You just said the words in your normal voice.
No. He's like the. Hey, Yako. Alright, no, nice. You kind of sound like Ringo Starr.
You sounded like Wako from Final Fantasy X.
Wako.
Well, yeah, from Waka.
Was
Waka, which sounded like a beefier Yogi Bear.
Smarter than the average bear.
Hey Titus, we're going to go down to get some picnic baskets.
We're gonna get some picnic baskets. There, that's why. Go. Let's go do some Animaniac stuff. It was kind of like a cross between that and Ringo Starr, so he's more like, hey everybody, I'm Wacko. Or something. There you go. I did it.
It is the point that they are bad, and so he hit that on the head.
Animaniacs. Well, it's like, that's it.
What's the rest of the song?
Wacko's cute, or,
It's the Animaniacs.
something and Yakko Yaks. Something like that.
He said he'll take it.
Sure. I mean, I tried. I threw my heart into that performance.
I think that my favorite part about all your impressions is the blank stare as your brain tries to process leading up to it.
I'm like, my Yakko, look, I'll try again. It's like, I'm Yakko. My name is Yakko and I like being yacked.
That is Yogi Bear again. I'm a Yakko.
I'm a Yakko. I'm a Wacko.
Does he know Yakko's world? If he knows at least the first continent, then I'm by. Oh, okay, what's the first continent of the song?
A. No, that's vowel. So N.
That's not a country. He's asking about which was the first, not the consonant. The continent.
That song. I thought the Animaniac song, like.
It's not even if it was consonant. A is a vowel.
Yes, that's why I said no. Wait.
Don't do Wheel of Fortune.
I like to buy an N.
What letter would you like? 4.
Yes. That. I totally fry from Futurama sometimes because it's that one scene. It's like, okay, I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 3. If you guess it right, you win. Are you thinking of M? Yes. The number I'm thinking of is M. You win. They're like, yeah, this Bender, is he right? This show's great.
Or
I'm that level of stupid. I just want to.
United States, Canada, Mexico, Panama, Haiti, Haiti, Jamaica, Peru.
Derpy.
Yeah, United States makes sense to be the first one. Have a derpy to feel better, Mike. Do you feel better?
I do feel better.
Okay. Thanks for donating to me to make Michael feel better.
I get derbies.
That's all you care.
That's all I care about. If my work paid me in derpy plushies, I would accept that as viable payment. I would just really hope that you would accept, not my derpy plushies, something else. We'll figure it out. Because I don't have money because it's all just derpy plushies now.
Shit. I got a load of shit.
We're probably pulling a little bit more forward than he is now.
I mean, that is the best way to give. You use your points sparingly to just spam derpies.
Well, that's for bits, but if he wants to spam his coffee, the best way to spend those is for voice impressions.
I mean, if you want various forms of Yogi Bear.
Like, do an impression of Marilyn Monroe.
I'm Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah,
Hey.
I've got big boobs.
Yes. Oh, my skirt flew up. Hey.
Oh, okay, there's a reference for that.
Yeah.
If you didn't know the reference, that makes it really weird.
Yes.
Like, please get the reference.
Yes. I've got big boots.
Hey, big boo boots.
How are you doing, Mr. President?
This is Michael's impersonations of everybody as Yogi Bear.
Yes.
Because anybody can do Yogi Bear.
Now imagine JFK having an affair with Yogi Bear, and it's not pretty.
An affair with Yogi Bear.
An affair with Yogi Bear.
It even rhymes.
It does.
Load of shit. Load of shit.
It does. Yeah, Yogi Bear and Fat Albert had a child. That is what my impression is.
Hey,
Now I'm imagining.
I'm gonna get those picnic baskets.
Yes.
Oh,
It's too
ain't
true.
that a load of shit?
I'm imagining that ship now, and I blame you.
Hello, Dan.
Why don't you animate that?
Load
What?
of
A
shit.
ship between Yogi Bear and Fat Albert.
There was a one of Amazing Picture shows a dog just sitting on a couch staring up at something, and then it goes and shows the TV, and it's an animation of Mario and Sonic making out and like taking clothes off, and then it goes back to the dog just staring at it, and it was so funny.
That poor dog. Ship it.
Got a load of shit.
They're both single. It's not an affair.
Shit.
It's perfectly fine.
Ain't that a load of shit?
Okay, for one, I need to make sure that the eyes are looking right at the camera. Easiest time to do it is right now. So, right now I feel like it's looking a little bit to the right. So we're going to adjust that. That looks...
Into your soul?
This looks... I need to do the left one in just a bit. Okay, that's pretty good.
I will be back. I know that look you just gave me, like, he's not coming back.
Don't cheat on me, Mike. Actually, what happens if we, like, do...
Ain't that a load of...
It's actually, like, kind of painful. That's weird. Yeah, I think this one... I think that left eye is just a little bit out. A little bit twisted. Because when I blend these, it'll clear that out. Or it'll keep the eyes with. It's really hard to try to get them on target afterwards. Okay, that right eye is still a little bit... Or my right. His left. There. You should do a reaction animation. Don't cheat everybody. That's no. It's one of the difficult things with the like animating stuff sometimes is when you'll have these really, really neat ideas, but they're only relevant at that time. And once it's past that moment, it's not funny anymore. But by the time you finish animating something, you have to assume that it's going to still be relevant. And so there's so many things that be super fun to do. But then by the time you get done with it, you've beaten that joke to death 100 times, and it's not funny anymore.
Ain't that a load of shit?
I think...
Ain't that a load of shit? Shit.
I think I want to move his head down a little bit there. Up a little bit. Basically just going until it feels like he's looking at me. I mean, humans are pretty good about determining if either eyes are slightly off. Michael's getting more booze. Music is slowing down. Oh no, this song, it has these little skips in it that sound kind of weird.
Ain't that a load of shit?
Maybe turn his head a little bit more. This shouldn't affect anything. I always have this feeling with Toby that I have to turn the head a little bit because he's got this super long neck.
Ain't that a load of shit?
Okay, I think that should work. Let's go with it. I don't need to worry about the eyelids, but I can't slick the face. Oh, Mike died. Yes, I'm glad that you cheered for Mike's death. What did he break there? Oh, he didn't break anything. It's he's making around the fridge. He's getting more booze. So this needs to be a quick motion.
Ain't that a load? Ain't that a load of shit? Ain't that a load of shit?
One thing I think is funny is I've been posting, or I like this one. The Monster Hunter account follows the Rathalos account. Thanks for the follow, Demonaman. The Monster Hunter account follows Rathalos, and so they're probably trying to be, you know, slightly family friendly. And then I go and like, and they've liked or retweeted stuff of mine before, and it's funny because then I'll like post something that was like swearing, and so then I'm like, yeah, they're probably not gonna retweet that one.
Shit. Shit.
Do I want to do that quick drop?
They gotta keep their monster murders free, family friendly.
The shit.
Yeah, there's no blood. When they die,
And you rip off their limbs.
there's no. Which I always thought was funny is that you literally completely separate a piece of their body from them, and what happens? No blood. No. There's big hunks of meat floating there, and some of them don't even have that. I mean, I can understand if you were literally cracking off a piece of a stone.
You are stabbing into them and cutting pieces off.
Well, yeah, but that you don't see it. It's fine. You can shoot somebody as long as you don't see the bullet enter them and like blow things up. Like no Mortal Kombat zoom-ins.
Glitter shoot up and their tail pops off.
Yes, Mike did survive.
I did.
He died for a little bit. Mm-hmm. We lock object permanence here.
That a load of shit.
Forever. I wish I had Dr. Pepper instead of Coke.
Why do you have Coke?
So it was easier to grab at the liquor place. They didn't have Dr. Pepper.
Oh, you bought it at the liquor place. Okay.
Which is a sin, by the way.
What?
Not having Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper is so much better than Coke.
Yeah, but if they kept something that wasn't being purchased, they're not going to hold it on the shelf. It probably wasn't going through fast enough, and they're not going to buy 1 2-liter at a time. They're going to buy big things in bulk, and if it was going bad, they probably didn't even bother. Oh, that doesn't work. Well, he needs to go. I'm going to do the bounce before I do the head motion. His neck is so long. So we need to do a bounce. And this is where I absolutely love having a rig. So I want to have him go forward a little bit first. Oh, not from there. We need to go from the butt. Okay, and at the same time, I want to offset the motion with the head. Because I'm thinking of him like a chicken, where he's going to keep his head still when his body moves. And this is going to be his head going down.
Make that a load of shit.
Hello, Batman. Batman the farter. Welcome. Batman fights your mom. Sorry, I don't click any links in the chat here. Hello, sup. How do I use a social animation, import models, lip sync, and add audio files into it? There's actually on my YouTube, I had a stream that I ran a while back, and
I saw a video that said dissecting the Herbie.
Actually, let me. Where is? I wanted to go to my. I keep hitting the wrong button. There it is. Okay. Because I have unlisted stuff on here.
Have you
There it
seen
is.
all the videos on this channel?
It's those timers. Well, that's me. So there's a video I did called "Getting Started in SFM." We're going to, huh?
Look at their hose.
That's neat. There you go. And it is, it covers basically everything from like how do I download SFM, how do I get started, load models, everything. It's not as much about audio, but audio is basically very similar. So give that a watch. It covers a lot of stuff. I do have a bunch of other tutorials on that channel that cover different things, but that's how deep you want to get in the rabbit hole. Sure, there is. If you just Google, or not Google, do YouTube search for Source Filmmaker, go to the official Valve tutorials. Those are also very, very useful. There's tons and tons of information on how to cover those topics. Lip sync is a much more complicated topic. I do have lip sync tutorial on my channel, but every model is different. Accents change things. It's really going to just take time and experience to do it. But I do at least cover some of the basics on how to get started on lip sync. Thanks for the follow, Insider.
Ain't that a load of shit?
Yeah, that probably wasn't the best thing to have to say after a follow, but we're going with that. So I hope that helps. Also, if you do run into like specific problems, like this isn't working, or how do I do this this specific thing, the whole point of the stream is for questions in SFM. If you have them to be asked, and I'll answer them. So don't feel afraid to come here. You're not interrupting. It's kind of actually the purpose. So.
Ain't that a load of...
Okay, what's your question? If it has the word derpy in it. Oh, that was your question? It's like when people... I've had people do that, like, can I ask a question? I'm like, yep, and you already asked it, so do you want to ask another question?
No, that was it.
Ain't that a load of shit?
So, because I know that joke. I gave it a spin.
So we're going to have the eyes closed.
Yay, Derpy.
Hey, Moon. I heard derpy come from Mike's mouth.
Well, that's gonna... You're gonna write a whatever bit thing. That's probably derpy. I say derpy at least 50 times a day. Minimum.
Okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go from this side. I'm going to go wham. Wham. You got to get them even-ish. These are... goofy. I'm probably gonna do it the other way. The way that they're shaped, it doesn't quite work for what I need. But I make it work. So then there's there, and then we'll just move this up to probably like here.
It seems far from his eyes.
I know. I need to get it collapsed first, and then I can determine how far to pull it in. And normally, I want to keep it as close to the eye as I can, but I also need to make sure that it actually closes over the eye. And then make sure they're about evenly spaced or timed. That should work. It's a very quick thing anyway. Can I ask you questions? You already did. When? Now. And when will then be now? No, that's a quote from a movie.
Yeah, Spaceballs.
When will then be now?
Right now.
No, that's the last one. That's the last one they say. When be now? Soon.
Soon. Yes. I remember the movie. It's been a long time.
I've seen, that is probably the one movie I've seen more than any other movie.
I have a copy of it upstairs.
I used to have a pirated copy, but I have a DVD copy too.
I have a DVD copy, and I think it's still in its plastic wrap.
Really?
Yeah, because I think I bought it to have it, and then never watched it.
I bought it twice because I ended up losing it once, and then I found it again.
Did you have it on VHS or something?
No, it was a DVD both times. But it is such a good movie.
I was years ago. I was in an argument with my brother-in-law about whether or not Blu-ray would ever really become a thing. Like, if it would ever wipe out DVD, and I was on the side, it would not, because it wasn't a significant enough improvement. And at the time, at least, people didn't really have televisions that could make use of the quality of Blu-ray. So most people still have 1080. And you know what? I was right. Blu-ray is really more than about DVDs. Everything's going digital now. If anything wipes out DVDs,
Blu-ray owned the market for a long time.
they were in the market. I wouldn't say they owned them.
No, anybody that did DVD and wasn't big and smart around computers probably had a Blu-ray player, and that's what they did. I know plenty of people that had huge Blu-ray libraries. It's probably people still do now, but it's...
They always had to pay more for them, too.
Well, but eventually they started coming out where you could have like both in the case, or they just stopped selling DVDs and everybody was Blu-ray. So, no, the Blu-ray was the one that won the market on that.
I know people have way more DVDs than Blu-ray.
I was watching a thing about... it's one of the YouTube channels that I could recommend, Technology Connections, and he was talking about it was back, they started developing it in like 1968, and it was essentially a DVD.
You mean Laserdisc?
Yeah, no, it was before Laserdisc. I can't remember what the name of it was. Favorite YouTube research. Well, thank you very much. With all the super exciting stuff I'm doing. Thank you very much. No, it was CED. It was essentially a disc that was about like this big, and it
sounds like Laserdisc.
And it was, but it was before Laserdisc. It came out in 1976. They took them almost 10 years to make it, and by then, it was before VHS was a thing.
Okay.
So, but it wasn't laser. It was a record. It was essentially a record, and to try to figure out how to get the amount of data onto this record, they basically had to reinvent technologies. And it was a fascinating thing, but it essentially was run by having a stylus running on a disc. It was essentially running like a record, and you have it in this case, and you'd shove it in, and then you'd have to pull it back out again because you can't touch it. It was so small of little intricate details that the only way to get it to run was you couldn't touch it. So you'd have to put it in and then pull it back out, and it would take the disc. But then it only runs 60 minutes, so if the movie went too long, you have to put it in, pull it out, flip it over, put it in, and pull it out again. It was... If they would have came out with the technology earlier, it would have been great, but it was just running into too many problems and took too long.
And then VHS probably came out wrong.
Yeah, but it was a fascinating thing. And he did a 5-episode, it's like an hour and a half thing about the technology and the whole history of it. It was fascinating. But to think of a movie on a record, not a laser. The laser was using light. This was still doing, it had a diamond tipped stylus, and it had a piece on there to replace it because it was so precise that it would wear out quickly and you had to keep replacing it. And it was fascinating technology.
It would be cool to see.
Its picture wasn't anything really that special.
Anything back there would have been nothing but 480.
Well, because it was the fact that nothing before then was recorded. So this was the first time you could watch something at home. They had
film.
Well, they had film, but nobody could do that at home. Like you didn't have something where you could watch a television show or a movie without having, I think, even a.
Yeah,
but how rich are you to have that?
You have to be fairly wealthy though.
Yeah. It was something I've never even heard of, but it only existed for a couple of years essentially before it went down. It was considered to be one of the major reasons that. What was the name of the company that RCA?
RCA was around longer than 90s.
No, it was something else. It was one of those old. It was one of the radio. It might have been RCA. But RCA ended up being like bought out by General Electric and then like split up. I think it was. But it was fascinating stuff. I love that guy's YouTube channel because he just goes into super ultra detail on stuff on how things work. He pulled apart an entire jukebox, one of the old ones, and it was all electrical mechanical. So how everything worked, there was no circuits. It was all just wires to wires, and it was fascinating to see how it works.
I spent a good deal of time looking for a jukebox that could play regular size records, but they were far in between and expensive as could be.
Records have actually, I think they said it was sometime this year that records outsold CDs for the first time since like the 90s.
I mean, bottom line, records have better sound than any other format in existence. The problem with records is they're crazy inconvenient.
Well, there was a thing I was watching where they were talking about digital signals, and that they're like, digital signals aren't up and down flat lines. They talked about the entire, or how it interprets it, and that
it turns it into a curve, but it's still not endlessly.
But a record isn't endless either.
Well, no, an analog signal, essentially it creates the waveform to a bunch of dots, and the higher the quality, the more dots it uses to connect to make the wave. So the wave essentially comes out looking the same, but analog doesn't do dots. It's constant.
But it has to have a limit. Because it has to,
in your own voice.
But it has to know what the limit is, and if like what human hearing is 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz, I think it is.
It just records what it picks up.
But it can't. But it can't. Since it's all based on grooves, it has to have a top of a groove and a bottom of a groove, right?
Yeah, but the bottom and the top of that groove is as deep or as loud as the sound.
But that is. But well, no, sound could go infinite directions.
Yeah.
But but a recorder needs to know how high the high is to make the right pitch.
I'd draw it, but I don't have.
But there was a thing they were talking about, like how with the digital ones and zeros, how they can, because they set it up where it goes the highest at 40,000 kilohertz and 20. That based on how the dots are, the system doesn't just connect the dots. It builds the waveform based on the only type of waveform that can possibly exist with that dot form, which is the original waveform. And to where...
Maybe it's gotten better.
No, it's the same that's existed for quite a while. It's just for a while, people were dropping the sounds to only what your ears could pick up, and that was wrong. They've expanded a little bit. I must remember Mr. Streamer, Toby's tail is weak to bullets.
I will say
you're not going to look at that. He's dead anyway.
I have a record player upstairs, and I have an old system that has vacuum tubes. And when I hook up that system and actually play like Dark Side of the Moon on that thing, it's so warm. I just love it. I don't know. Maybe it's in my head. It just feels.
Well, there's the potential for bias of, I think it's better, so I'm going to hear it as better, without doing an actual test on it.
Well,
but you have to make sure that whatever system you're using in no way does a digital signal.
Yeah, that's why you have to have the vacuum tubes.
And the speakers have to also be able to portray the sound in those ranges.
Well, any speaker's gonna be able to project the analog signal properly.
Not any speaker.
Any magnetic speaker, you know. Like, I don't know what the only speakers I know of are the ion propulsion speakers, which is rare and pointless.
Technology is about improving things with time. Mm-hmm. You're going to start with a bad product and then you're going to get better.
I don't know that speakers have changed too much. They've gotten smaller. But
they've gotten more boom. But yet, I think the technology of speakers haven't really changed much.
I think the last big step in speakers is when they started being able to make small magnets, and that's when you started getting earbuds. That was a pretty big step. But that was pretty much just a step to make smaller speakers. Some things just don't really need that much improvement.
But then they said they'll be like, but now it's smart, like thermostats. I was watching a whole thing on that. And they're like, yeah, your smart thermostat, it doesn't do anything any different than any other thermostat does. It only has 3 or 4 wires. All the smart stuff is just all extra technology. It's like, ooh, look, now you got a fancy screen, but it's no different than the thing that just goes boop, boop, enter.
Yeah. Now you can put a timer on it.
Well, like this one does it. Not, it's a timer. I can't choose the time, but it does timer. I can choose day and time windows.
Yeah.
But I can't. If I can do hold or temporary. So if I do temporary, it's just ever so many hours. I don't know which. Observe 2 science geeks discussing the dynamics of audio recording. Yes, it's the science. I've heard to call them buffs, not geeks. Sure. Well, one of us is the buff.
Is it me? I'm like desperate.
Help me out here, man. Sure. Today you can be Mr. Buff.
No, I love the history of like audio technology because it's come a long way, but at the same time, it's not necessarily gotten better or worse. I would say some aspects. I would definitely say it's all gotten more convenient.
It's all gotten smart.
Yeah.
Which all that means is it connects to your phone sometimes.
Well, now it used to be if you wanted to listen to good audio, you had to have a relatively expensive speaker with vacuum tubes and a record player. Then you had to take the record and you had to sit it on there, you had to dust it off, you had to put the stylus on, you got to listen to maybe 5 or 6 songs, and you had to flip it, do the same thing again, and all that nonsense. Now, you click a button. That's the advance we made. Is the sound better? Debatable.
Well,
is it better or worse? That's debatable. But
the headphones are. It's not as much about the sound that's produced, but like the noise canceling for around, like having headphones that can filter out noise that is around you. There's other little features to it.
Well, that's more of just technology for blocking out sound less than the actual technology for the speakers. So.
Yeah, but it's helping to enhance the sound by letting you hear it.
Yeah. So there's been sound canceling headphones for a long time. They just used to be huge bulky things. They've gotten a little
but even like these ones aren't noise canceling. I can't remember, what is the brand on this?
Yeah, super fancy.
Yeah, Sennheiser. It's a more expensive one, but they're comfortable, and they have 2 different versions that are almost identical. And the big thing is the padding that's in here, and they have noise canceling and non-noise canceling. And if you're going to be talking on a mic, don't use noise canceling anything. It's hard to talk if you can't hear yourself. And so I got these, and like the difference between me talking and having this on is barely anything. I can still hear everything around me just fine, but the sound still sounds really good.
Well, does your headset work with my headset, where it actually everything that the mic picks up actually goes into the headset?
No.
Because that's what mine was.
No, it's the padding that's here. Most sound can get through it. But so I can still hear you just fine, even if this was unplugged. So, no, everything sounds, the sound goes through. Either that or because there's like openings on the side here, it probably just can permeate this. But
you know what will really ruin the sound of anything you're listening to? Earbuds.
We're doing both. Both. We're working towards a solution. Or a middle ground.
When we find that middle ground, it's because one of us is dead.
Yes.
And only then will we come to an agreement.
Shit.
I've been watching some of the really old RT shorts, like Rooster Teeth ones, back from like 2008, 2009, and they were doing the one with Food War. Where they're like, it all it was like they're on couches sitting across the room from each other, and they're like, it's like, what are you guys doing? Like, Food War. And like where we just throw the food we don't want or lunch at the other person, and if you got to throw it, you got to say what it is, and if you hit them in the head, you get a point. But if they catch it in their mouth, then they get a point, and they can declare food war. And the whole thing ended up where some multi-dimensional sandwich came in, and like it was so stupid, but it was just them going back and forth, just throwing food and super lazily yelling at each other. It was great.
And then there's interdimensional food.
Shit.
All the old RT shorts are great. I went looking through their current content, and it's not like it used to be. My favorite one they had though was when they were going to move out of their office. They had when they moved out and they cleaned everything out. They all put on the clothes from like early or late '90s clothes, and then talked about the as if they had just moved in, and like nothing could possibly go wrong. Yeah, there could be, and it was 2009. They're like, yeah, it's not like there's no chance in our economy that something could collapse instantly overnight. And one of them was wearing a Rick Astley T-shirt. Or they're in one of the rooms and they hear a bus go by and they're like, wow, that's really nice and relaxing. It wouldn't get in the way of our making videos at all.
Ain't that a load of shit?
It was they were so good.
Ain't that a load of
I'll have to find that one.
All their shorts are great.
I know they got one of the co-founders. He passed away at some point, so I don't know if it got better or worse.
No, it wasn't a co-founder, Monty.
Yeah.
He wasn't a co-founder. They hired him on much later.
Okay.
But then he passed away from allergic reaction during a surgical procedure.
Yeah.
But he was my animating hero. But they brought him in like 8 seasons in. The company itself was started by Bernie Burns, Gus Sorolla, Jeff Ramsey, Matt Hellman, I think, and then I think there's one other guy.
It's a lot of people founded.
Well, there was mainly just a couple of them, and then but the main people that started as a company, yeah, and then they got really, really big, and then they sold to another company, and now most of the people left, and Bernie left, Joel left. Joel was in that original group too. Joel left this year because of, I think they fired him or something, but he wasn't allowed to talk about it.
Well, that's harsh. Get fired after that long.
load of shit.
Well, Joel was hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
And he wasn't in that video. There's a nostalgia video, and they're like, "Yeah, Mr. Joel can't be with us because he's being very successful in the movie industry because he landed that really, really big role that never worked out." And then he ended up coming back there, and he was so talking about Rooster Teeth. Yes. I had because I started doing this animating thing in like 2013, but even before that I was doing some like amateur video stuff, and it was one of the things like just out of high school that it was a dream to potentially work at Rooster Teeth, just seeing how the company was run and the fun that they looked to be having. And even when I started doing the 3D thing, that was my thing, is thought it would be super, super cool to be able to work there. I originally wanted to start doing some work with Ruby, like stuff on the side here to try to see if I could put in for like an application to do it. I just never went about doing it. After Monty died, I kind of stopped. I kind of drifted away from the RT scene.
You want to hear something I was stupid?
But nobody's asked for an impression.
No, besides that, when I was like in my late teens, a wonderful thing came out of Cartoon Network called Adult Swim, and I immediately fell in love with this programming, and they were just getting their start, and me and a friend got to talking, and we were really like this close. If we were like basically, I think if one of us definitely said we were going, the other one would. We wanted to drive to Atlanta, where they were headquartered, and this is like within the first like couple months of them starting, and try to get a job at the studio there, and agree to work for Beans, and just do whatever they told us to. It would have been really, really dumb.
Yeah. I'm actually gonna change this a little bit here.
We were dumb kids.
What's up? There's we have a channel points thing that so people have a reason to spend them. That's what we've been using for having Michael do voices. So he's rocking out. Yes, they're never good.
No.
But no, like Rooster Teeth got me into doing a lot of Halo stuff, Machinima stuff. I even made we made like our own fake Red vs. Blue. I started watching their stuff on like Red vs. Blue 2 or 3, so super old school. Yeah, I followed them for years and years.
I just still remember my favorite joke from Red vs. Blue back when I watched it. and it was a super simple joke, and it was just like, "Arg, I've got a southern accent," and that line right there was just my favorite. It was when they were inside Caboose's head.
Derp.
Yay, derps. I always like some derps.
Yeah, early on, I loved Monty Holmes stuff super early on, and then when he got hired on for Editor Salute, I was watching when they premiered the episode that had his stuff in it and that they announced him on, and I was super stoked because I already knew about his stuff. Dead Fantasy and Haloid, just spectacular stuff, and but I feel like it was just after that the company started going. I mean, they had a lot of problems. But after the Monty Holmes thing, I think it just hit everybody there really hard. For all the main Halo games except Reach. I have Reach only because I bought a Reach Xbox, but I kind of started drifting away from the Halo scene and mainly consoles in general after Halo 3. I went back to Reach temporarily, but at that point I was a PC gamer.
I've played Halo 1 now, Halo 3, and half of Halo 2. I only got halfway through that one before I stopped caring. Halo's fine. That's all I can say about Halo. Halo's a fine game.
To me, it's super nostalgic.
Yeah, I can see that for you.
It's just I really do enjoy the games, but I was a big part. I was as big of a Halo nerd as I was a Pony nerd.
As much as you were like probably into Halo, at the same time I was probably playing Half-Life. So that's my nerd shooter. I am very much an old PC gamer. And Half-Life, the original Half-Life, was my jam. Half-Life 2 is my favorite game of all time. There's no doubt about it. And if I had to say what my favorite game this year was, it was Half-Life Alyx. So
You're a little biased.
It was a good game.
Ain't that a load of shit?
You never finished it.
Ain't that a load of shit?
The heck?
You know what I'm gonna do?
Hmm.
I'm gonna put a TV here.
Okay.
Oh, no, that doesn't work.
I was missing these.
I need to show that this one's just called TV Borked. I didn't know if I saved it. So. I bet the first level of Halo 1 and I partnered as well in COD. Well, there's like the MLP fandom's probably the biggest fandom I've ever delved as deep into as I have, but Halo I went really deep into Halo for a while. I was doing a lot of community content, photography. I learned a lot about modding Xboxes and stuff. I learned a lot about cinematography because I was doing photography in Halo. And I had a lot of friends that I made within that. Even the Gears of War 1, I kind of got into a bit for a while too. But no, Halo was probably my first. Thank you, King Chickens. Toby needs a good hug. Yes, he does. I'm pretty sure Halo is probably the first fandom that I really ever joined.
I can't say I joined a fandom before Pony. Like, I was a fan of stuff, but I don't think I was in a fandom.
Yeah, because really liking something doesn't make you put you in a fandom. But for me, it was Derpy hug for Toby. Yes. But no, Halo I was in the fandom for. Yeah. I sadly I wanted to go to like the RT convention, RTX and stuff. Never worked it out because I just didn't have money. I was poor.
I was super poor even when the Pony stuff happened, but I found a way. And that way was to take the bus, and it was a nightmare.
I want to show this like
That's a pretty iconic retro television.
Yeah, well, because I need to do it from the back, and that's what I'm trying to find is something that's
another cool thing about the world of Half-Life is because basically the world ended in 1996, so all the technology in the future is still all from 1996. So everybody's got like the CRT monitors, except for the Combine. The Combine have like the super advanced stuff. I love that world, and the fact that Half-Life Alyx kind of dropped me into that world. I was never more giddy in my life.
Oh, I thought I'd have to make this bigger, but I think it's kind of the right size.
I think the only thing that could make me as giddy as that is if they had like a professionally done drop you into the pony universe. Not like that one thing.
Pony Combine.
Pony Combine. A little bit. No peppers.
I typed in table, and so it gave me stable. I just want to find a small round. You know what? I need to save.
You just give him a crappy table. This seems like the one you would have.
All I want is to get money.
Zombie bucks.
It's
Left 4 Dead props. I get to have zombie dollars in the game.
because they probably couldn't recreate it exactly or something.
This one is crappy.
I just want.
I don't like the tables. They're just
I want a wood one because wood isn't going to reflect as much, but I want it to be round. There we go. I've used this one a lot.
one from Half-Life.
One Rainbow Horde for Toby. There's probably lots of Fallout stuff in there. Because I typed in table and everything stable is going to pop up, which is going to be specific for that.
I mean, that was just the most famous pony Fallout trigger.
The moment you just want a table bend it up in the apocalypse instead, yes. It happens.
Ain't that a load of shit?
He seems upset at what's on the TV now.
So first I have to make sure, is he looking at the TV? So we're going to say that this... Oh, hello.
I was a little upset that they changed a lot of the voice acting in Half-Life Alyx, but the one that didn't really matter is the one they kept with the voice acting. I was happy about that. His voice is pretty super iconic. I think they kept Eli too. I could be wrong.
His mouth is not doing it for me. Let's try... No. Oh, that's good. That's a pretty good scared.
Ain't that a load of...
But I want to have it where, as we're going, I want to have it decrease some of that.
Ain't that a load of shit?
I don't think Monster Hunter is going to retweet this one.
No, well, no, they don't. They've only done it once or twice. Twice, maybe. They've liked a few, but
you gotta not have them cursing.
But the interesting thing with the Rathalos account, though, is the amount of interactivity per follower is insane. Like, if I tweet something that gets super popular on my main account that has 10,000 people, that's like 300 to 400 likes. Rathalos, I'll put out something immensely stupid, and it will get 10 times that for the amount of followers. And for something super, super simple, I know that my main account is spread out much longer time, so you're going to have lower interaction because accounts that are dead. But even the Monster Hunter account itself has 300,000 followers. It has 10 times more than me, and its tweets will get likes that are only double or triple what I have. Which is, so the amount per person is just crazy.
I have this innate fear that Daddy's gonna leave because the other family loves him more.
No, I like going back and forth because it's nice. Like, I just did some pony stuff, and it's nice to now jump to something else for a little bit. I really like having this ability to just
I feel like the pony house is like that poor broken up house that you'll just come to visit on like holidays. You're like, there's a little shit kid. It's now back.
Shit.
No, I mean, it's inevitable.
Shit.
Monster Hunters isn't nearly as niche as
load
Pony
of shit.
But, I mean, you can't boop that. So, what you gonna do?
That a load of shit.
Okay, I think I'm... See, he's kind of stopped here now. So I need to add something so that he keeps moving. And usually the easiest to do that is just to grab it, go over time, and find something here that works. I'll just grab right here. And we'll do this. Okay, that kind of works. We're going to smooth that out, though, because sometimes it doesn't work right. Okay. But then I have to add in some other motions so that it doesn't look like it's just a weird motion. So let's move the head a little bit.
Ain't that a load of shit?
Oh, his mouth, too, is... Oh, yeah, wow. And I can probably cut this a little bit sooner.
Well,
I can probably cut it right here.
not stream related, but 2020 just got a little over.
No, we brought this up earlier.
Well, then.
Ain't that a load of shit? That a load of shit.
Just turn his head.
The shit. A load of shit. Ain't that a load of
right now.
load of shit?
Close my eyes for a minute.
Ain't that a load of shit? The shit.
Breaking news: local man shows dragon broken TV. That hack. I haven't heard about that game in a while.
Load of shit.
I used to play that because I liked MMOs, but I didn't have a PC, so I kind of... It's a way of doing the PC gaming without PC gaming.
Ain't that a load of shit? Ain't that a load of shit? Ain't that a load? Ain't that a load?
I feel like there needs to be something added
Ain't
here.
that a load of shit? Ain't that a load of shit? Ain't that a load?
His body is not moving at all here. A lot of mouth movement, but... Just move him up a little bit.
That a load of shit. That a load.
But I don't want to have it be like that, so we're going to take this.
That a load of shit. Ain't that a load?
Some of this I'm not actually sure what I'm wanting to do here. I'm just slapping things on and seeing how it looks. Just trusting that my brain knows what it's doing.
Ain't that a load? Ain't that a load?
Yeah, I think there.
Ain't that a load? Ain't that a load? Ain't that a load? Ain't that a load?
Oh, actually, I think I know what I can do here. So I'm just doing this to make sure the bone movements. But I think I can grab his shoulders, right? Yes. Oof. He's beef.
Ain't that a load of shit?
Swole.
Swole. Oh, that is magical. Yes.
Yay, Derpy.
Gotta fix that before that's permanent. Okay, that's...
Ain't that a load of shit?
Is that shoulder actually how it's supposed to be, or did I move that wrong? No, that's how it's supposed to be. So... moving the shoulders, so like here, when he goes to go backwards, if you're pushing off with your body like that, it's probably going to actually be that your shoulders are going to push up. So, right before doing that motion, but then when he pushes down, I'm going to have it go down a little bit.
Ain't that a load of shit?
Same thing here.
Shit. 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 Shit.
The
Shit.
well, that, and I have about 40 minutes of stream left, and I'm really close to done, so I'm trying to find the little nitpickings. Or even here when he goes forward, because even with, like, for the pony stuff or whatever, thank you for the follow, Violet. I'll usually, depending on what's going on, I'll skip over some of these details because maybe for that thing, it's just not important for the time.
Shit.
Like I brought up before, that you spend the majority of your video takes only a little bit of time, but the last little cleanup part takes the majority of the time. And so I'll, depending on what's going on, I might skip over some of those depending on the video, because who cares if it's a super minor detail, but I'm going to spend 4 hours to do it. What's the point of me doing it? Here, I have the time, so I'm just going to do it. But I don't like it when models look like they are just by bones, because stream highlights. I'm not caught up to 2020. I'm working on doing some of the previous ones. I think I'm in 2018 right now. But I eventually actually want to hire on an editor to do those for me, because they take up a lot of time. I'd spend usually 2 evenings a week to get about equivalent of 2 evenings a week to do things, and that's like a third of my week then, or just under a third of my week that I'm spending just doing stream highlights, when I could be like relaxing and having some free time. So I do want to look around for somebody that can help me with that. But haven't decided when I want to do that. But because I love doing the stream highlights, or I love having them made, because there's a lot of funny stuff, but it just takes forever to go through hours and hours and hours of footage. Thanks for the follow. That guy plays. It's a lot. Wish me luck in school and Google Meets. Good luck on school. School sucks. It's super important, but it sucks. I don't like that. I need to get rid. I thought I moved this. Oh, I shifted time, and then it pulled these eventually in. That's why. I don't actually need these anymore. Yeah, it's the animator's struggle of hearing the same audio lines over and over again. I could mute it, but the reason I don't is I feel that I can't time things with it. I like timing words and music with stuff, and I need to hear that to know that timing. No, and I don't hear it anymore. Like, to me, it's not as much an audio bit. It's a trigger, or it's a flag. It's telling me where certain things are. But that does, like, it's the same thing like with the audio from the Changeling video. Thanks for the follow us up, and Jaden Pleasance. I've had times where I just keep hearing the music in my head over and over and over again to a frustrating degree. Yes, Bark. I do need to make 2 more of those. I need to make one for bits and one for subs that are Monster Hunter related. I just haven't figured out how I want to do that. I'm probably going to do Rathalos for probably bits, and then do Toby for sub. I just don't know what to have him do. I'm just going to do the same thing, the head pop up.
Ain't that a load of shit?
That mouth, I forgot to change that. Well, yeah, because I wanted to figure something else out first.
Shit. Shit. Ain't that a load of shit? Ain't that a load of shit?
Okay, so the only thing I can think of doing here currently is this. I have tried to fix the hair. So if you look on the hair here, it's actually like got these like sliced line looks on it, and there's really not much I can do on that. Because they actually look like that. And so I tried going in here, cleaning them up, getting rid of those, because I think it's even in the alpha layer. It's not in the alpha layer on this one. But thanks to the butt map. Yeah, so this is what the actual texture looks like. I don't know why, and even the creator said he didn't know why. And so I went in here and I did kind of fix this up, but when I saved it, it didn't look the same. It just didn't work. So I don't know what is causing that. So I've just left it. Because if you remove the hair, it makes it look really weird. So it could be the one of... Hey, Azulus. Have you played Monster Hunter? If so, which one? I... Alright, Cake Chickens, get to that in a sec. I've been playing Monster Hunter World a lot. I have like 300 hours in that. But I have played the original one on PSP way back. But I only played by myself and never really got that far. But it was a fun game. But it was Monster Hunter World that really got me into everything. And I'm really excited for the Switch games. Wonder how you do this? Stupid face. Okay. Okay, let's Argo look in the general chat of the Discord server to see what GIF talking about for the sub thing. Oh, the It's Happening one. Yeah, I love that. I love that meme, and so that I made that for that. Yeah, look, you're on stream. See, because they can still see you. I know. Yeah, we have a Discord. It's this. Oh, no, no. Come back here. There we go. Oh, with it. Haha. Now it's gone. Whatever you're going to say next isn't going to pop up. Oh, that's not you. Okay. Okay. What was I doing for stupid face? Oh, there. That should be it. Okay. Oof. You're, trying to see if I can get him to be really, really thin. Oof. Well, up. Too much. Too much. He is Lizard Man. And then where's his jaw? There.
Ain't that a load of shit?
Hey, little tongue. Kind of looks like Dodogama. Giraffe Toby. There's one or two Monster Hunter games in the PS2. I don't know, actually. It was PSP that I played back, way back. Someone just had an ego because of this. I'm in the screen thing in Discord. I just read.
I only played one and it was World.
But World is probably the culmination of the series. Stories, I kind of want to try to find the original stories, but I can't remember. Does anybody remember Monster Hunter Stories, what that was on? The first one.
Ain't that a load of shit?
I don't think I did say anything. Oh yeah. Here, I felt for anybody who's interested. There's a Discord. Because I'm just curious as to what console is in. He said sometimes I sleep now. Well, good night. Good night, chickens. So yeah, I gotta do his tail here. So where is tail? I think I have to show hidden controls. Yes. Wait, no, there's a tail 0 that's missing. Yes. Well, because I'm going to have his tail up when he's like scared or worried, which is what Pony normally would do. But him doing that straight up would be... I mean, I guess he kind of does.
He does that all the time when he's doing like electric.
Yeah, because he's like, ah.
But you should almost have like lightning bolts around him.
Lightning does not pop up well in SFM. If I do a particle effect for it, it looks horrid. So anytime I've done electric, it's a rope that you can get that has an electric type effect, but then I have to move it. And it...
A lot of extra work.
That's like Kieran, when I did that for where's boats? Bark. Thanks for the follow, Kata. Is it 3DS? If it is, that'd be neat. No, like here when Yeah, this electric effect.
It's wheel.
So it is a actual model that I had to wrap around the horn, and then it would just I had to give it a jitter effect, and so it worked for this. It was very easy, but for Toby,
Yeah,
whole body wouldn't work. And any particle type thing is just horrid, absolutely horrid. I have not found a single good one in this.
I think Dodo would have had
Hmm?
You would think Dodo would have had something.
No, it's just I don't think the engine can do it right because, especially for here, if you think about motion blur, like an electric effect is probably going to burn something into the screen, but a motion blur effect, as soon as it jumps and then jumps again, it's just going to be a big blur, so all it becomes is a mesh across the screen. It just doesn't look good. Yes, Brack. Until 0, so I need to bring this down. Oh, nah, like that. There. So this, I'm going to I want to have it so that his tail is kinda up, but then goes back down.
Ain't that a load of shit? A load of shit.
I think I'm actually going to have it so that his tail is at this point at the end.
Shit. 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 Shit.
But until then, he's like at the beginning here, he's going to actually keep it down.
That a load of. Ain't that a load of. Ain't that a load of.
And then and then it'll just bounce a little bit.
Ain't that a load of. Ain't that a load of shit? A load of
And then right as he goes to go up, you grab tail 1 and tail 0. You go down.
shit.
And then grab these ones and have them down as well.
Shit.
Okay, and then they're gonna go a little too far and spring back. Oh, that is not what I was looking for.
Shit. Shit.
Okay, then grab everything for this one. Move. I probably won't be able to do this 100%. I don't think it's gonna time right.
Ain't that a load of shit?
Yeah, that didn't time right. So let's just grab these and delay them by 1.
Ain't that a load of shit?
And 4.
Ain't that a load of shit? A load of shit.
He does not have his tail go down enough here. Tail 0 is gonna go down more.
Shit. A load of shit.
There we go. I had Monster back in the PS2, and the attacks were assigned to one of the analog sticks. Ooh. I mean, it would be neat, I guess, if it was like to do an overhead swing that you would like go down and then around or something to actually do the attack. That would be neat, but it would also feel like in a panic you just make mistakes. There was a game I used to play called Rad. I think it was Robotic Alchemic Drive, where if you put the game on manual mode, it actually was where you controlled the arms fully with the analog sticks and like the legs with like the triggers, and so when you actually pulled the arm back, it actually like fully control how they moved. It was pretty neat. These big robot battles. What weapon did you use? Well, do I use, because I still play it. When I played it initially, when I started playing, I mainly did bow. but on our more recent playthrough, because I made a new character for that, I've been doing Insect Glaive. Oh, and I love it. So, but those are the main 2 weapons I've ever used. I've kind of played around with some of the others, but those are the main 2. He does Lance. You never played before, right? Okay.
I always just done Lance. I always like to play defensive characters. Just because they're always needed.
Because it's just fun to laugh at them as they try to hurt me, but they don't.
Yes, and it does eventually become important to have somebody who can do shield.
Monster Hunter is one of those games that normally it's like you don't need a tank, but now some of the later creatures we're coming up to, you do need a tank. We're getting there. What is it? Jaziva or something? What are the new ones? I'm a Longblade user. I tried Longblade. It was neat. It just wasn't my thing.
The Lance took some getting used to use it effectively.
Ain't that a load? Ain't that a load of shit? Ain't that a load?
Well, all the weapons in that game are really big about. It takes you time to figure it out. Or it's easy to jump into and just do damage, but if you want to optimize and make it and use it the way that it's meant to be used, it takes time.
Yeah,
and
kind of master
it took me like probably 15 to 20 battles before I even learned how to use the insects properly.
I don't think I learned to use the lance properly until relatively
Ain't that a load? Ain't that?
Like, I got
Ain't that a
better and
load
better
of
and
shit?
more out
Ain't that a load of
I
shit?
grapple a lot with the lance.
That
now,
a load of
because the problem with lance is slow. But if you grapple, then it doesn't matter as much. Lance is about being slow and doing big hits, but also being able to defend yourself while you charge.
Let's try
If the
something here.
monster's fast, that becomes a problem, so you have to grapple them. And they get faster and faster as you progress.
Oh god, like T-Rex and
I have to.
or what was that? What's that other ice dude with the big teeth? That's like half the monsters actually.
Yeah.
Like the one we always try to get the Amber Fang from.
Oh.
Barioth. Yeah.
Yeah. That's like we'll play games. It'll be like 54 grapples for me, and it's just like, yeah, that's the only way I'm gonna hit them half the time.
I like the Charge Blade. I have a friend that does Charge Blade because it's kind of a versatile weapon. You have the sword and shield, but it's essentially a battle axe. Yeah. We are planning on doing a Monster Hunter, a special Monster Hunter stream on here. Probably in the next
weekend.
Yeah, I still have a couple things I need to prep, and you do too. But yeah, so we'll have a special stream. It'll probably be like 2 hours long on here, but I'll be posting on it. I'll actually be posting it on the Rathos account because it's a special stream. So, yeah, it's the Sub-Jiva, whatever. I don't know how to say that, but yeah, that one was the one. And Alatron, I think those, they're just like, I think Alatron actually is the one that you need to maintain aggro, or have somebody maintain aggro, otherwise it goes crazy. I think so.
A load of shit. Load of shit. The shit. The shit. The shit. The shit. The shit. Shit. Load of shit. Load of shit. The shit. The shit.
Trying to get the timing down, so I need the audio for that. I want to have a little bit more of an oomph on the butt coming down, but I think I might need to move that direction.
Load of shit. Shit. Load of shit. Load of shit. Got a load of shit. Load of shit. A load of shit.
I just don't know if that actually makes it better or not. No. If I did, it would have to be like that. It may look weird from this angle, but it's about the other angle I'm worried about. Yeah, I don't think I need it. If I was actually like trying to animate this character as a, or where I had to worry about it from all angles, sure, but I don't. Like even that motion probably isn't even noticeable. But like if even, yeah, you can't even see that here. That's the problem with him is, well, even here, I wonder if I can unlock his shoulders. If I unlock those, yeah, it does work. Yeah, see, this it breaks up the model a little bit, or it just adds motion in other areas, so it's not just a flat bit. It makes it feel more like flesh. Like even here at the very top of this, I could probably round or swing this a little bit that way, drop it back down to go back into physical position, and it just adds more motion to everything. So this is where if I, you know, in terms of detail, I could really go into detail with this stuff, but do I need to? Probably not. Or at least it's not worth it. Like I spent more, like close to 45 minutes just on these little minute details, but I could have just called it done. Actually the one thing I need to do here is on his lips. Face. Jaw. Is twist the jaw.
Done. I'm sure you're gonna tell me it's not.
I
said it almost looks done, but I'm sure you're gonna tell me it's not.
No, I just was saying. I've been done for a while. But there's always an amount of detail you can keep adding.
That a load of shit. Ain't that a load of shit?
Nah, not on that part.
Ain't that a load of shit? That a load of shit.
Yeah, Alex doesn't curse that much in the game. He does.
No, some of my favorites are like, you know, like when you're hanging on the ledge and you fall, and they're just yelling like, "Bye, y'all!"
Yeah, bye. I was like, he's falling to his death, and he's just like, "Y'all."
Yeah, don't worry about me.
Like just super chill. It's like he's been through it before.
So, to me, I found from doing Rathalos that twisting the jaw just ever so slightly can give the character, or give so much extra character.
Ain't that a load of shit?
So even here, I can probably return it to normal at the end of the motion, like right here.
Shit. 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 A load of shit.
Kinda. I'm actually going to keep it all the way. I'm going to reduce it, but just ever so slightly. I think you follow Azula's. Oh, wow, you guys are talking a lot. Probably I wasn't looking. They had a Final Fantasy Master. Oh yeah, the Behemoth. We've never actually fought it yet. We definitely could. I don't know why we haven't yet.
Because we keep having to stop wait while everybody's online to continue the story.
No, it's not. It's low and high rank.
Oh, why haven't we fought?
Because it was an added-on thing. But it's the Behemoth from Final Fantasy. It's pretty cool. I've heard. I'm pretty sure that you can do normal. It's yeah, it's on normal. So
I'll have to do that.
or there is a version on normal.
Shit. Ain't that a load of shit?
Okay, there's a couple things I have to change in this file that I forgot about. One, render settings. This is supposed to be 60 FPS for any of these. Camera is right now running at a 30 FPS shutter rate. I need to put this back to a 60 frames shutter rate. And is a 150 going to be too close? Nope, I think we're fine. Okay, that should reduce any motion blur. Did you knock over Derpy?
Ain't that a load of shit?
The other thing is like right now, if you look at the background, the trees aren't moving at all. So no matter what I do, they always still feel very static. I don't like that. So I'm going to go through and we're going to add just a teeny bit of camera motion just to try to clean that up so that there's something moving with the pixels. Yeah, he knocked over Derpy.
I have a picture of Derpy that I drew all by myself.
And he was so proud of it that he went and put it up on the fridge. And then I keep getting knocked over by the wind. So we
he insists on fresh air.
Yeah, I do. I enjoy the outside. Apparently, to Michael, that is a sin.
Got a load of shit.
Okay, and then we'll smooth the crap out of this. Well, the Derpy's been on the fridge for a while.
I drew it at work.
His work is second grade. He's not a teacher. He just goes to second grade.
Yeah.
And he had finger paint time.
There was a period of time where I was the only one who went to my job at all. So I pretty much did what I wanted when I wasn't busy.
Ain't that a load of shit?
A couple times that meant drawing a Derpy.
Okay, so that is still too fast. So we're gonna spread that out again. As soon as I start smoothing this, because I'm working in very, very small amounts, it's going to destroy any of the motion. So if I smooth this in any way, and then I go to do anything, oh, actually that part of it's fine, but if I try to like make any motion changes, it's gonna ruin things. I have to be very careful. So, like even this. So I have to keep going back to the original whenever possible. But I have to hit it with a ton of smooth, because every time you hit smooth, it just cleans it up a little bit more.
Ain't that a load of shit?
So that is still
Ain't that a load of shit?
overly wobbly. So normally I'm used to not having this much, I'm used to having more valleys and stuff, but also this is very, very short, so it's probably why it's weirding me out. How long have you been doing SFM? For year-wise, I started in like 2013, 2012, somewhere around there. I think it's 2013. Though I played around with the Source engine and stuff before then, so I had quite a bit of knowledge going into it. But in terms of like just hours in the software, I'm actually getting pretty close to 9,000. Last I checked, actually I still have it open because I just uploaded that. Yeah, I'm actually like just a couple weeks away from hitting my 9,000. And then 1,000 past that, I'm an expert.
Load of shit. Load of shit.
Should I have it zoom in here? It's probably gonna ruin the camera. Yeah, but I want to check this.
Ain't that a load of shit?
Oh, that didn't even save.
Shit.
It's not saving any of it. Well, we'll just do it manually.
Shit. Load of shit. Shit.
It's too much, even if it was.
Shit. Ain't that a load of shit?
Kind of like that. Doesn't affect the other bits because it's just a zoom.
Load of shit. Ain't that a load of shit?
I think I'll keep it with that. Oh, he's still in second grade. Yes, Michael is in second grade.
Yes, I very much.
He didn't go to first grade though. He was considered to be too smart for first grade, so he moved right to second.
He said I had really good social abilities, and I punched one of the children and said, "You better send me to second grade, or I'm gonna beat up another one."
Yes, because threatening works in our public institutions.
Yes, they didn't want me to beat up all those children.
Yeah, I'm not planning on going any further than that. And you can still see the tail. I just wish that the hair looked better. Because that hair is shit.
That's on all the models.
No, well, this one, I tried fixing it. I tried, and I just couldn't do it. I've thought about, there are other models of hair. Like, take the grass models that I have. Taking the grass models and actually putting it up through there with an actual 3D hair then. But then any motion wouldn't follow him. And so it probably would not work. Or, like, all these right now, stretch and move independently all the way across based on the motion. Well, if it had anything locked to it, it would do it based on the bone, and it wouldn't be weighted all the way across. So it just wouldn't work. But I really wish I could. I have PS5 event the other day, except for Final Fantasy 16. I don't know, like I watched the trailer for Final Fantasy 16, and it just felt like Final Fantasy 15 mixed with Final Fantasy 14. Like, and the consistency was neat that they're doing more of that, but it didn't.
It felt more like a traditional Final Fantasy before 7.
Yeah, but it just I think I need to know more about it before I make a decision on it, because there's too much unknown. There's too much that could change. They're still, no matter what, I think going to make a quality game. It just didn't feel to me like a numbered title, but I don't know. I have to. Maybe it is, and the trailer didn't give it the justice that I feel like I was looking for. Hello, Jackals. I'm probably just going to be ending here because I'm basically done. Oh, actually, what I can do, he's looking at the screen, but I'm going to have the eyes do a little bit of back and forth action. Probably just do a single back action and then just make it a little bit stronger of a motion. Or should I go this way? Somebody had mentioned in one of the comments on YouTube before about the fact that when doing blinks, like if you see here, his blink is his eyes are closed for a long period. Here it makes sense because he's transitioning. But about saying a blink should actually only be like 1 frame. Yeah, but not in SFM. In SFM, if you have too short of a blink, you're going to have problems. I actually ran into an issue with on here, these guards on this shot right here with their eyes closing, they would not render correctly. Even with their eyes closed for a couple of frames, these models, the way that their eyes closed, took so long to get to a full close that they would open again before they actually became fully closed. Normally, you have a couple of frames of the eyes closed so that they would fully close on a render, but these models just couldn't do it. So I had to manually render each frame, which means I had to go into each frame in SFM, wiggle in that frame so that the flexes got to where it needed to, and then export it manually as an image. And then I had to go frame by frame, and I do that for about 35 to 40 frames. And it was mainly because if you actually watch really, really closely at this guy's eyes right here, it's hard to see, but there's a small twitch in his eyes. You're probably not even gonna see it in here. You can see a little bit in this guy's too. But if you really, really like go into 4K and watch, there's a slight twitch in it, and that's because I kind of got lazy and I didn't want to export any more of the frames of the eyes being different. So that was where I stopped the ending bit, but his eyes were still opening on the other original. So because I cut it there's 1 frame where it suddenly jumps closed just a teeny bit and it opens again. But I just got lazy. But so that's the reason that most people in SFM, at least for the ponies, will fully close the eye for multiple frames, because in the render, the eyes might not fully close for a frame or 2. So if you keep it closed for 2 to 3 frames, you're pretty much guaranteed to not have that problem. I got an animation with the butterfly beating its wings in 1 frame sometimes. Will that have similar issue, do you think? So if the loop is 1 frame, like from top to top is 1 frame, then no, it's not going to move at all. Because what you can do is in SFM, you can only thing that matters is frames. So if you hit left and right, this is all that's going to render. So I can see each exact frame that's going to happen and anything between it. So if there's motion between, like, say between this point and this point, there is a line, but that line doesn't matter. All that's going to show is the point right here and the point right here. The transition point of this line from one point to another isn't going to show. There's nothing for that motion. All that's going to render is this exact point and this exact point. So if you have an animation that has something that looks like, we just say like this, technically this is my frame and this is my frame. So because of that, this motion right here, it'll never hit that point because it's just going to render here and render here. And technically, because of how this is spaced, it'll look like it didn't move at all. It'll look like this is the same frame from here to here. Well, for the head anyway. So that's why you always want to have these checked. These are what keep everything locked to the frames, because nothing matters about what is on the frame. So any motion between it won't happen. If you have motion that goes too fast, it probably just won't even show because motion blur. And there's a whole thing on motion blur I could go into too. It's 2 to 3 frames top. That's good to know. So the main thing is with the butterfly is it's okay to have very, very quick animation, but when the wing basically hits its top and its bottom point, it should have at least 1 frame that it is mostly there, or at least 2 frames in a row that it is mostly in that same spot. And then maybe one frame of a transition, then it'll blur between. But then if you have it go too quick, it's going to just be a blur from top to bottom, and then a blur from top to bottom, and a blur from top to bottom. That's not going to work either. But frame rate matters too. I'm running in 60 FPS. So like here, if if you see his head when he goes lifted up here, right here, he's going to have a certain amount of blur. And the amount of blur is going to be basically equal to it smoothing out the frame before and the one that, or the frame before and the right frame is going to, and then kind of blurring the motion by grabbing like partial things in between. The amount of blur is based on the shutter speed, which is kind of controlled by your frame rate. So I have my camera open here, and right now I'm running in 60 FPS. So the faster your frame rate, the faster your shutter is. Even the camera I'm using right now for streaming, I think it's running at like 160, but which actually, and right now I'm running at technically a 1/20 shutter speed on this. So if you're running at and even 1/60 is probably, no, I'm probably running at 120 because this is because I'm running at 60 FPS. Whatever your frame rate is, your shutter speed should be 1 divided by double that. So in this case, if you're running at 60 FPS, your shutter speed should be 1 divided by 120. So double your frame rate, which would be 0.0083, which is what the number you'll see right here is. If you're running in the 30 FPS, you should be running at 1 divided by 60, so you should be running at 0.01667, whatever, repeating. The SFM will run it at the third or the fourth number, so 0167. If you choose a frame rate when you make your file in SFM, and you don't change the frame rate, all your cameras should default to whatever number works for that. So if you do a 60 FPS animation, it'll default to the right number. If you do a 30, it'll default. If you change your frame rate at all anytime, it could have a problem. You can change this. So I, even right here, because you see how this blur is, I can go in here and say like I change this to 0.1. Yeah, you kind of melted because I am now keeping the aperture open a lot longer, and because it's open longer, it's taking in more light during that full motion, and it's going to give you a much harder blur. I can't really go too much lower than 8.3. I think 0.008 or 0.006 is the lowest it'll go. So I could drop it even lower, but if you do that, then you're not going to have as much connection of blur between motions, and you're going to get something that looks choppy. If you keep it too, or the speed too slow, it's going to get sloppy and slushy. So if you have a really quick animation, you could hasten the shutter speed, but it will look choppy. Sometimes that actually works. It's up to you. Might do a little NAS expression. No, because it's tied to the points. Can't cheapen the points.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right. I don't want to do it. Do you even know who Little Nas is?
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I don't either. All right, but so that is locked in. I did that. Okay, so I think
ponies
he's
maybe
a little
next time. There's not ponies this time.
Look, oh, he's so tired. And he kind of like,
he's high.
Yeah, he's something. He got punched in the face or something. I had no idea the level of detail of the camera setting. It will in SFM. The other setting I would recommend is your Z near here. I would recommend taking that value, which defaults at like 3, I think, and upping it to at least 30. I think it defaults to 3. Whatever it is, multiply it by 10. So what this controls is the cutoff range for how close stuff can be to the camera before it just is removed from the engine. So if I put this up to like 400, you're going to see that now things from a pretty good distance are going to just disappear out of my camera range. You can kind of get some neat effect of like just being erased. That's actually kind of cool. But the reason I say to turn this up is it helps get rid of some certain types of errors. So if you ever have it, and especially in pony models, if you ever have it where, and I'm going to see if I can get it to pop up on here, when you have a really, really strong zoom, so you see on the ignore that like center line, but you'll see some of the like texture errors where they're kind of popping like right there in the middle of the screen, right here. you'll see that there's kind of these textures like popping back and forth. Some of the eye stuff you can see there. The pony mouse are really bad with that on the eyes, and this will happen because it's having difficulties determining the numbers from the with textures really close and determining which is in front, essentially. Normally, it wouldn't really matter because at this distance, you're not going to see those errors. But when you're really, really zoomed, you are going to see those errors. And this is probably the engine trying to maintain efficiency for things that are close compared to far. But if you change your Z near and Z far to shrink that ratio, you can fix these errors because you're shrinking the range. So here, if I change this to 30 and I go and rechange the camera here, you're not going to really notice a difference here. But if I back up to here again and zoom way in, you're going to notice that those errors aren't there anymore. And that is because it's now working with that good range, I guess. If I spent years trying to figure out how to solve that problem. And the error I'm talking about is on this. Oop, that is loud. The one I hated the most in was right here. It's hard. It's going to be kind of hard to see, but if you look on his eye, because this is a very, very high zoom shot, on his eyes right here, you can see them kind of do like a flicker on the outside, and I could not figure what was causing that. And you can even see it in her eyes in the background too. And if I would have known about that value change, I wouldn't have had that problem. But I thought something that just SFM didn't know how to fix. Oh, okay, cool. I know the name, just don't know who he is. It's weird, but SFM has a lot of weird things. I spent all yesterday just re-rendering like individual frames and fixing crap that it was just SFM problems, but I still love SFM for all this other stuff. I like working in there. Post-work sucks. But yeah, so he's all done. I'm just gonna render him out.
A load of shit.
So yeah. Hello, little scratch nose. And we were just finishing up, so. Oh, wait, sorry, wrong direction. There's Michael. Your head is just completely blue.
It's poofy too.
It's poofy?
My hair's poofy. And blue. There we go.
Dabba dee dabba die. So. I will be streaming next Tuesday. I need to figure out what to work on next. I don't actually know yet.
Ponies. We need ponies.
And?
Lots of derpy.
There we go.
I need 2 derbies.
But there's only one.
Yeah, I have to put in 2.
Like a cloning machine? But she just goes haywire and just starts making tons and tons of derbies.
Mm-hmm.
If I ever made that, I will say that at that moment you would never be allowed to comment on any video again on how many derbies are needed.
I mean, I can't promise that.
I mean, actually, no, I made a video that derby was the focus.
Yeah, but that was like forever ago. Don't count.
That was at least like 2 weeks ago. It needs to be one now.
Yeah.
It's your boy fanfic writer here. Oh, good on you. Having a creative outlet is great. By myself. I will be streaming next Tuesday. Might be streaming Wednesday. I don't know or not. Wednesday's my birthday, so we thought about doing a birthday stream. At least I thought about doing a birthday stream. Yeah. Whether or not he wants to join. So we'll see. But yeah, I will be streaming next Tuesday, and then by figure out a next video, it means that Tuesday, like 20 minutes before stream, I'll be in a panic and be like, oh crap, what am I gonna do? Science Pony rules. We need more Science Pony. There will be actually no more Science Pony, or at least no more Sideswipe. She's retired. I'm not only out of audio, but I don't want to overuse the character, so I wanna go into new stuff. So, I might make references to such, but I won't. No more Sideswipe videos. But okay. Well, yeah. Otherwise, I'm tired, so I'm gonna go like relax and stuff. Have a good weekend, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Reminder that tomorrow morning I'm doing a YouTube stream. Or not tomorrow morning, I guess, but it's like 11 a.m. Central Time. I will be doing a stream. There'll be an AMA showing some SFM stuff, blah, blah, blah. Join if you want. More of this, I guess. Can't wait for the next stream. It's fun and informative. Well, the next stream is technically in 14 hours. So that would only be about an hour, hour and a half. No. I have something going on afterwards, so it'll probably be pretty close to an hour. But anyways, yes, have a good one. Have a good weekend.
Yes. It took you a second.
I'm tired. Not as tired as when I started the stream, but I'm still tired. So, anyways, good night. Have. Do you want the kitty?
Mm-hmm.
Bye bye.
Kitty. Meow. Fade.
I did it only so that I can make weird faces while it's going. That was like as the kitty consumes me. So okay. Bye bye all. Yeah, wait, you said goodnight to Mike twice.
Good night.
Why do I get it? Oh.
You don't get good night.
I guess not.